Peace, folks. This is X from TPOT Media. Open your mind and wake your black ass up. You know what time it is. Hit that damn like button as you make your way in the door. Grab a seat, settle in, get ready. It's the Grown Man Hour with your host, my man, Bernard Riley.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Mumia Obsidian Ali. You know who I am. I need no introduction, right? And you're listening to the Grown Man Hour with my man Bernard Riley, heard weekdays right here on YouTube. What do you think about that? How about that? Now let's get back on with the show. Thank you.
Jackie, who was that? Nobody said back on me. What the hell was you doing? Was you dancing or just trying to get comfortable? I couldn't tell what was going on.
Oh, I was trying to get comfortable. You know, my back be hurting during the thing. So I have a pillow behind me and I'm trying to make it fit right.
Okay. Yeah, when you was doing, I was like, is she like doing like a weird dance to that D'Angelo or whatever that was? I was like, your rhythm was a little off right there. But anyway, you got to work on that. But shout out to everybody in the building. Shout out to everybody who came through the early bird squad, as I call it. Shout out to Uneducated Lame. Killmatic in the building says just got here. Let's effing go. Snuggles saying drop the link. Snuggles is like the biggest. Snuggles, I heard you're not even a woman. From a good authority. You've been trolling us bad. You've been trolling us bad, Snuggles. We just let you rock out, but you've been trolling us bad. Shout out to Spliff Spark in the building. Shout out to Debo W in the building. He said, let's see how many people will deflect a question that have transparency in a greater or lesser degree. All right, we'll see. Uneducated Lame in the building. KD in the building. Shout out to KD. Miss J, is Game Changer? You might know. Is that the Miss J, the one that be used to make a lot of ruckus on the breakdown?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think that she had like an avatar picture up.
Okay. Reese from Philly, what's going on? Stoic One, Aaron B. Shout out to everybody. Okay, I can't pronounce that name, but Atusa Kushi, whatever King. Shout out to you. He said, men definitely make more exceptions, and it's not even close. And shout out to my main man, Mr. Negative Man. He says, of course, most men just need for her not to be a land whale and have some physical attraction, pretty face, nice butt, something. A woman's dream guy, identical twin, is her settle guy. All right. All right. Shout out to Mr. Negative Man. But no, shout out to everybody in the building. Shout out to everybody on the panel. I guess we'll go around. Everybody give a little introduction, even though most people have already seen everybody here, except for you may not know Well, you're going by the name Feminine Melanin, but you probably know her in the chat as Jada LaRue. She's been, around, been on my channel for a while, a supporter for a while. So it's good to have her up on the panel. Go ahead and introduce yourself, Jada LaRue, while you also working on your camera situation as well. But go ahead and introduce yourself. Then we'll go around, get introduction for everybody else, and we'll go ahead and get into the topic.
Okay, so first of all, thanks for having me on the show, Bernard. Hello to everybody on the panel, and shout out to everybody in the chat. My channel, I have two of them. I have Jada LaRue, and then I also have Feminine Melanin, which is where I'm hanging out more likely these days. But I talk about relationship advice, tips, entrepreneur tips, feminine guides, and I hold a lot of different panel discussions. So we talk about different things, even if it's outside of being Black. So it's not like the stationary Black channel, but I still get my riffs in.
Okay, so it sound like you like a unofficial femininity coach. the last show we did was called as our femininity coach is selling snake oil. You was making a little noise in the chat, so I'm gonna throw that question to you to see what's your thoughts on that, since it sounds like you de facto in the whole selling of femininity business. But we'll get back to that. But going around the room, just gonna go start Game Changer, Rod, Brenda, then Jackie Jack. But go ahead, everybody, just briefly introduce yourself before we get into it.
Yeah, thank you. Game Changer 00100, and have a channel basically talking about destroying the gynocracy, and living a better life for Black men. Yeah.
All right. Clear your throat next time before you talk. It sounds like you you just waking up on the West Coast. Your voice sound kind of,
I am just waking up on the West Coast.
Yeah, and I could tell. All right, go ahead, Rod.
Rod of God podcast. My channel is the place where the red pill and the red letter of the Bible meet. Where basically I come at the whole red pill perspective from the biblical perspective. Check me out.
All right, Brenda, go ahead. You got it.
Yes, my name is Brenda Muema. I know my name is a little bit hard too. My last name is a little bit hard to pronounce, but I do have a channel. My second channel is Brenda M Health, where I mainly focus on eating healthy, communicating healthily, and anything with health, because ultimately I want everybody to kind of live together cohesively with different views or whatnot. So I'll be launching that, and then I'll have this channel which will be mainly talking about current events to relationships and stuff like that. So
all right, cool. And Jackie Jack, before you speak now, is that just like, is that the light or just your forehead real shiny? What's going on there? What's
You know what?
She has that idea. She has a idea.
No, that's the light, because when you rocked forward, you were out of the that's the light. That's the light. It just that light got you looking real greasy. I be having the same problem sometimes, depending on how I set things up. But all right, go ahead. You just looking like a little glowworm today. It's all good. Go ahead, you got it.
All right. Hi, I'm Jackie Jack. I just started a YouTube page. It's pretty much going to be lifestyle. So I'm going to talk about like fashion stuff, business stuff, anything that I do in Atlanta. I'll just be vlogging that.
Okay, cool.
That's the channel I'm going to have.
Cool. That's something different. That's something different. You're gonna be out on the streets, like walking around doing stuff, or just blogging what you're doing. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. But all right, so we're going back to Jada LaRue, who can't get her camera quite right. But tell us about the so are you selling snake oil? As far as being a de facto femininity coach, but you could clarify what you are, and then you could deal with the there she goes, she on camera, there she goes. You could okay, so you could clarify whether or not you're a femininity coach, and then you could deal with the snake oil question.
I am not a femininity coach. Not to me. I mean, I do have I have a certificate, but it's old, and I tend to.
Time out. I'm sorry to interrupt. You said a certificate. A certificate in what?
In being a femininity coach. So there are classes that you can take to be a femininity coach.
Did anybody know that before today?
I do
Yes.
not.
Do the
Yes.
people who do it for a living even have that certificate?
Most of them know. They would just call themselves that.
I thought you started a YouTube channel and just said, "Oh, I'm a femininity coach," and that's just that. Because I mean, I'm not just talking about women here. The dating coaches do the same thing. I mean, it's dating coaches just announce that they're a dating coach. But anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt, and I'm being go ahead. Game Changer, you trying to interject?
Well, yeah. How come the ladies that go to you for femininity training don't just go to the femininity coaching school?
Probably because they don't want to pay the money to teach femininity. I don't know.
Okay.
I can't really answer that. You'd have to ask somebody who goes to the classes. So
you went to class. Okay.
Well, all right.
so
Anyway,
again,
go ahead.
I went to teach. So it's for people who want to teach. They want to learn, they want to teach. I preferably wanted to teach. So in order to get the certificate, you have to, or you don't have to, but it would be smart if you went through training to make sure that you know what you know.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now to the question of the snake oil that we talked about last week, you can go ahead and give your thoughts on that before we get into it.
No, I feel there are some who are selling snake oil, but then there are others who are not. So if you are, if they're just teaching you to only look pretty and
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
This is
I'm
Tubby.
sorry.
He's
That's
my baby.
Yeah,
Right
get a
now,
dog die
she's
alone. Get a dog die alone. We already. Yeah. All
My
right, go
parents
ahead.
are past veterinarians, so animals are in our house.
I'm sorry, Jada. I keep cutting you off. Go ahead. Go ahead. You got it. You got
It's
it. Hold
okay.
on. No, go ahead.
But so if they're only teaching you to look pretty or only teaching you to go after the man with the bag, if they're teaching you to do spells or anything, those are not actually femininity coaches. So
Spells?
Spells?
Yes.
Yeah, explain the spell.
yeah, there are some who teach spells in order to get a man instead of teaching you to be more secure with yourself and take care of yourself so you can get the right type of man. So yeah.
Wow. All right. All
Or
right. Shout out to
the art of seduction.
Shout out to the Clue channel in the building. He says, "Shut up, Snuggles." I tend to agree with that. Snuggles be clowning, but all right. Getting into the topic in the title, and y'all know how we do this. We normally bounce around a bunch of topics, but we start off with one. And it's: do men make more exceptions for women? Then let me make sure I got it read right. Okay, do men make more exceptions for women than women make for men? That's the first question. We'll start that one out. We'll go to Game Changer to start that one out. Go ahead.
Yeah. So men make considerably more exceptions for women than women do for men, and Black men make considerably more exceptions than any other group of men that has ever existed in the universe ever. I'm not talking about human men. I'm talking about like species of men, male species in like seahorses, ants, and all kind of other stuff. Like I've never seen somebody who's so complacent and so unwilling to negotiate. You see, Black men are horrible negotiators, and that is our downfall. Even though we're smarter, stronger, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Once we just are terrible at negotiation, and that is how we, and by we I mean like ADOS or Black Americans, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That is how we got here from bad negotiations. Somebody said, "Hey, I'll trade you a lifetime of free labor for this bed sheet," and they was like, "Bed sheet?" So that is a bad negotiation. That's just downright, I mean, Brenda's ancestors had it right, but we're just bad negotiators. Black men are horrible negotiators. When Yeah, just like ridiculously so, which is why you see these fit and fat relationships, walking down Walmart looking like the number 10. The dude is skinny, the woman is big and stuff. He looked like the Q-tip and she looked like the olive. It's just ridiculous. Like they just take everything and just to say that yes, but I have pussy though. It's the worst negotiators of relationships that have ever existed ever.
Bars.
Woo. All right, I don't even know who to pass it to next on that one.
I'll chime in. I agree totally. I mean,
Okay,
bars, bars, and my Alan Roger Curry voice. Drops mic. I mean, it's especially when it comes to like our women's looks, which that in terms of men, it's we're visual. And it's not even like we're like faking, like we mean it if our women are overweight or like they don't have like their natural hair. We're like bad bitch, bad. And I'm not talking about we as in me or as in red pill men. I'm talking about black men in general. We if our woman can put on some shape shifting, what do they call it, shape shifter drawers, the shape shifter underwear, take them from being like a blob to like a Coca-Cola bottle. We like, damn, my girl fine. Damn, my girl. We take them, as they come, and we overlook their looks. So we also overlook their sexual fluidity. A lot of our women are very fluid sexually with each other, and we just overlook it. We like, oh man, they like to play around a little bit with each other's stuff. Play around with each other's beans. That's all right, man.
Well, you talking about you talking about like the bi chicks?
Yes.
Lead them alone. They fine. They get a pass.
Exactly.
No, Bernard. Some of them get a pass. I'm not talking about those chicks with the buzz cut, look like they just came out of Hell's Angels meetings. No, but the feminine ones, they get a pass.
You're talking about the game changer. You giving a pass to the ones who, after 2 shots, they get a little, touchy feely with their friends and stuff like that. Yeah, okay. Gotcha.
Everybody
all right.
does. We all do, but at the same time, it's a concession. It's overlooking, the fact that they aren't, super loyal sexually. If it's not with men, it may be with women. So it's like, yeah, we overlook, so many things, because at the end of the day, we're just about peace and getting along, but we can't get even an iota of that in return.
All right. Going to the women. Which one of y'all want to take that one first?
I'll take it. Yuri.
Yeah, we can hear you. We got to do something because your audio, you do be sounding slightly far away. I meant to tell you, but I mean, we can hear you, but just in future reference, for the next time we do this, we can. Yeah, don't worry, but don't try to fix it now. I shouldn't even say it now. I should have said something after the show. You good?
I have my AirPods in, so you can't hear me.
Actually, no, you sound good. You sound good.
Okay.
Sometimes you sound far away, but no, you good. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say that
Oh, she froze.
Oh.
And you freezing.
Oh, she got a call. She's good now.
Yep, she freezing. All right, I'm gonna go to Jada on that one. Don't be scared to disagree. Ain't nobody gonna jump down your throat. Go ahead.
Okay, so for me, I do feel. Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so for me, I feel like men are nicer to women than women are to men when it comes to that. I hear a lot of complaints from the men about women, and a lot of theirs are usually more valid than the women's are when they complain about men. So that's my simple answer.
So
I think y'all baby the women too much, if I'm allowed to say that.
What'd you say?
I think you guys baby the women too much.
Agreed.
Yeah, I agree. What
And we take women with babies
what
too
valid
much.
complaints do you hear from women?
Without giving a bit of pushback? Is it without giving a bit of pushback? Because sometimes I give a bit of a pushback. Like if they say men don't want to stick around for their babies and stuff like that, and I'm like, okay, well, did you open your legs to the man that you knew would be like that? How many kids did he have before? You laid down with him. How long did you know him? Stuff like that. So, I'm trying to think what they would have that would be because even when some of the women say they don't want to have to pay bills and stuff, I ask them what do they do in the home, and they give me all of the natural stuff that they could do even if they didn't have a man. Cook, clean. I mean, don't get me wrong, that is a great additive, but she's supposed to be doing that for herself. So I don't know. Again, the men have more valid argumentative points than women do. At least some of the ones that I've met.
All right. Shout out to car designer Chris in the building with the $5 super chat, and shout out to E Capone with the $5 super chat. We're gonna go to Brendan Mumea. Did I say your name right?
Muema.
Say it again.
Muema.
Muema. All right.
Yes, there you go.
All right. Shout out to E Capone and shout out to Jonathan Barronville. I actually hit your email. I hit your email. I don't think I'm gonna need you. It was gonna be 4 ladies on the panel, and LAR is like LAR couldn't make it today, so you was gonna stand in for LAR. That's what I was trying to get you to do, because I wanted to be an even number of women, even number of men. But seeing as it's 3 for 3, you're not getting called up unless you want to come up. But no, you're not getting called up. But yeah, be on call for these shows. Be on call for these shows when I do shows like this. But Jonathan Barronville, my main man in the building, says salute to the big dog Bernard, and of course shout out to the homie GC Rod of God. I'm gonna be listening in the background while I work. All right, right on. Appreciate you, JB. Appreciate you.
Salute, JB.
Right on. All right, Brenda, go ahead. You got the floor. You have the mic.
Okay, so do men make more exception for women than women make for men? Absolutely. Game Changer actually said it right. Black men are horrible negotiators. I think they overvalue the women. I'm not going to lie. They're very they're very patient. Sometimes way too patient. When they know they should just let the woman go, but because they're visual creatures, oh, she looked good, she has the body, they're going to keep her no matter. They're going to keep her even with her character flaws, attitude, and they're willing to tolerate that as long as her body looks good. So in my opinion, one of the reasons why they probably do that, it goes back to the Black women being sexualized, like, oh, if she has this body, she's a bad B, and the other thing that I see is men are just not smart. I used to have a saying, men are dumb as fuck. Now I'm going to be controversial. I don't care, but this is my opinion. Y'all can come at me. I don't care, but it's because, like, literally, women can lie all day, every day, but because she looks good, men tend to want to keep her. So I don't know, but now men are getting smarter thanks to now the age of technology. More information men are learning, so that's great. But ultimately, men do make more exceptions. But now they got to change it up in order for them to take over the world, bring back the order.
I want to say it's worse than that, because you're describing that men do it for beauty, and a nice body. Black men do it for nothing. They do it for women with even a nice body. That's why I say it's the worst of all species.
Black men do it for peach. They do it for peach.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's the worst. Like, I mean, Black Widow spiders, they kill their mates afterwards, but at least she looks good. Like, Black men do it for like the worst of the species. It's just ridiculous.
All right, well, this is where I'm going to apply some pressure then. Yeah, talking about Black men, all the women on the panel, I think y'all agreeing that Black men making...
Oh,
had-
Making those concessions. Oh wait, go ahead. I forgot. You gotta go. Go ahead.
Yeah, I had my I tried to put my phone on airplane mode so calls wouldn't come through, but I don't know what's going on. What I was gonna say is women make exceptions for dudes that they're physically attracted to.
Yep.
They'll make all kinds of exceptions for them. So,
Okay.
so when it comes
For money.
when it comes, for money, well, for money, it's like it takes a lot. If a guy has money, it takes a lot of like good traits to have money. So the exceptions that they probably let go is probably only looks at that point if they let something go if he has money. Because it takes a lot of stuff to get. It takes traits to get money. But
What's the example? My bad.
what do you mean?
I was saying, what's an example of some of the things that women will overlook for a man who they find very highly attractive?
Example, like he doesn't have his own car and he has to borrow your car.
Oh,
If he looks good, or if he needs some place to crash, he can crash at your place. So he's not really like providing anything. It's just he's providing like sex appeal, sex or whatever.
That's a
So
tip.
I would say that's the only time women really make exceptions when they're like sexually attracted to.
But you see the different. Well, one difference in that is that they'll make an exception up. Like they'll make a lot of exceptions, like what I was saying with the money. So that's a monetary benefit coming in. They'll make the exception when, you know, if the guy look real good, got a certain amount of sex appeal, then okay, then yeah, this dude can crash on the couch, you know, and all of that. They're making an exception for something that they want. Like I think one difference, and this is what Game Changers was alluding to, the brothers will make an exception for some stuff that they shouldn't even want that, all things being equal. They'll end up doing that. That is one different. But one area where
I agree.
Yeah, one area where I want to apply some pressure. Yeah, I talked about dudes making these exceptions. Brenda said something about dudes, they'll just be dumb or this or that. Okay. Explain and put some pressure on y'all. Explain how y'all have benefited from that stupidity of men making those exceptions. How have you benefited from it? Keep it real. If y'all saying men do it, then y'all got to walk down that logical path of y'all found out that men do this because y'all saw them doing it and had to be doing it with y'all. Right?
No, actually, the funny thing is they were not doing it to me until I earned the pretty girl privilege. Like my face changed, and so I became more attractive. I changed a lot of my look to red hair, and so now guys are willing to do a lot of things for nothing. And I guess
just to be clear, this was when you said you lost like 70 pounds or something like that.
Yeah, I lost 40 pounds or so, and
okay.
And transformed my whole body with it took 3 years. How about that?
So when you were heavier, when you were heavier, the guys didn't make exceptions at all?
No, not at all. Actually, they never even approached me. Maybe
That's
one,
shocking.
and then they wanted just nude in college, and then I was like, do I look like that? And it was a black guy who was doing his master's in mathematics, so I was kind of shocked, and I wasn't really trying to look at all.
Well, you must have been big and shaped funny because
I was big and shaped funny. I don't know.
she had the muffin top with the pear shape with the little toothpicks.
I had all the above. Trust me, it took a long time to turn on my jeans. I had a flat butt. I did have the stomach like the what is it called, apple. I was all bent out of shape. I needed to figure out how I got the worst genes in my family. I probably got it from my mom.
You don't know.
I really did. And then I ended up turning on, I had to use science, like literally to start weightlifting to figure out how to turn on those genes so that I don't have inactive glutes and stuff like that. Now I ended up like better. And now, even yesterday, somebody approached me while I was, cleaning my car. It's like, my African sister. I was like, okay.
So you had to build up your glutes? You didn't have glutes before? Oh,
they were sleepy glutes. So I'm talking about flat. It was flat. You can just put a paper. Whenever I was a cheerleader, I got made fun of for having a flat butt by another cheerleader but she ended up blowing up in college. So like I've been through the ringer. So whenever I say like guys didn't just do anything for me, like I didn't even know there was such thing. I have some people who had the pretty girl privilege, so they were manipulating the guys to actually, pay for their pay for food, pay for a lot of things, including I had somebody in college that was doing the sugar baby thing. So when I say like men are they would just do anything or nothing, they would just do everything for this girl, but they're not knowing that this girl is manipulating them. I just didn't do that because I care too much. I care too much. And most of the time I was the man, meaning like I take consideration. I'm very cautious about, I don't like breaking people's hearts type of thing. So if I'm not interested, I'm gonna just tell you I'm not interested. I won't string you along, but I ended up accidentally strung along a couple of guys while I was in the dating market. So yeah.
Now,
right.
But I'll always opt into Dutch. Like anything with if I'm not feeling them, I'll do like whenever we go out, I'll do 50-50. Like let's do Dutch. If they're willing to pay, I'll let them pay, but I'll still contribute for a tip. I'll still contribute something. So
you'll make a soft offer to pay.
Yeah.
Like that little half-ass offer where you put the offer out there, then you pull it back before he even say anything. Like, if you
like, trying to look, and then you're not looking for anything.
that fumbling around through your purse like you looking for your card or something. Just gonna fiddle around in your purse until he go ahead and pay for it. Okay, I know the trick. I know the trick. But
now, I want to point out
her
story because it contradicts what I was saying that black men would take anything, but they wasn't taking out. She's talking about educating or educated black men. They tend to have slightly more standards than the rank and file one. Like in college, yes, and that's largely because they're put in a situation where it's a high concentration of women, so they do tend to have far greater standards than those outside or those who haven't really been. People who say like the Pookie Ray Ray trope, they tend to have more standards than that. But still, overall, black men, like if you look at an Asian guy, his standards is just like ridiculous. Like when was the last time you seen an in-shape Asian dude walking around with like a sumo breeder? Like you don't really see that at all ever.
But their women are.
Go ahead. Oh, go ahead, Rod.
I was gonna say, are the Asian? I don't think the Asian women have much of a weight problem, though. Do they?
No, they have a slight weight problem, and that is, the number of women waiting on a good man. But they don't actually have a fat problem. But no, their women tend to be like better in every way that men measure the value of a woman. Besides genetics, they do have like a 10-year-old boy shape and stuff like that. So the genetic potential is that definitely favors black women. It's just not used, and that's because black men don't hold them to a standard.
Shout out to What Married Men Want, peculiar name. I'll go with it. With What Married Men Want became a YouTube member. Shout out to you. Appreciate you becoming a member. Do appreciate that. But all right. Where was we going? Oh yeah, no, Jada. Yeah, I know you probably got a lot to say about that. How you've benefited from the exceptions that men make and what they take and what they willing to put up with, and and also why you like you had some bling bling around your neck that you keep taking on and off. What happened with that?
I did. I switched necklaces. It's it's early in the morning for me, so I was like, well, let me figure out which neck piece I want to wear once I get off the channel. But as far as the topic, I have before, not too much for my gain, I guess. I did it just as a payback. So I told y'all about that before. I just did it as a payback because of what he did that I didn't like. But nonetheless, when it comes
to... I forgot that story. What happened?
So I was in a relationship with somebody, and we were talking about not having sex and stuff like that into marriage. but then suddenly this guy decided to tell people that we had slept together. So, and this is at high school. So that caused a problem with the guy that I was with. Some of the people that had took the oath as well, it caused problems with them. And, just my character wise, because I didn't know he was saying these things, but I realized people were thinking like, oh, she fake. She act like she ain't, giving up the cookies, but she really is because she's sleeping with the drug dealer. So I didn't know about all of that stuff. But nonetheless, I decided that I was going to play him and hurt his feelings because I felt hurt by that. I was really hurt by that. So I used him to hurt him. I just didn't realize that he had actually liked me. I just thought he was doing it out of spite. So it was a lot of stuff that he bought me within that time, and I started feeling bad, and so I just told him, that had to stop. So that's the small side of it.
Yeah, I remember the question.
I don't tend to like to. You say what?
Oh no! I was saying I remember the story now, and I remember the questions I interrogated you with on that one. But I ain't gonna do that today. We already did that. That's an old stream.
Yeah. Go back to the video. I promise y'all, I am a good person. I don't like to play men for money. I don't go out to dates to eat. I never have. I mean, yeah, to eat, but not purely just to get a meal or something. I'm not that type of woman. So whatever benefits I got were mostly, I wouldn't say because the guy was slow or whatever. I think it was just because I was a good person. So, I'm a good person. I'm very sweet. And, men just like to give me things. So,
yeah,
if that's a benefit, that's because I'm a good person.
I'm nice. I'm really sweet, man. Just like to give me things.
I can't help.
Okay. I mean,
This
male-dominated space. You got your. They be hitting. These dudes be hitting that Cash App, and I don't know nothing about that, but I hear dudes just be hitting females' Cash Apps late in the middle of the night. I think all that be going. I don't know. Like she got that plead the fifth face on. All right. Anyway, where we at? I guess. Jackie Jack. All right. Tell us about how you took advantage of these poor saps out here in their quest and their journey for love and affection, and how you just took advantage of it and just left them high and dry and broke.
Oh, I mean, I'm not gonna say I left people high and dry. I don't think so. I'm not. Well, I'm kind of a late bloomer, so I started getting the attention like later in life. So it helped me mature a little better because I wasn't getting that much attention, like when I was in high school and stuff like that. So I don't really finesse men for the most part. Like I don't even like going on dates and all that stuff. Because
I told you, Jackie be low-key telling on herself. What? I don't really finesse men like that.
Because I was gonna segue. It's usually not men I'm like romantically involved with that give me things. It's just like I'll just be walking around. I have like a certain shape that attracts people. So I just be walking around and they're just like, oh, do you want me to pay for this for you? You want me to pay for your gas, or you want me? I'll buy your food at the grocery store or something like that, like, or buy me a drink or anything like that. I'm not really romantically involved with them, so I don't really think that's finessing.
And see, that's the lesson. Women do not respect simps, man. Look, she like the dudes I date, nah. But little random simps, yeah, I'll take their money.
Right.
Won't simp.
That makes them feel good. That makes them feel good too. All right, I'll accept it.
You said that makes him feel good. God damn.
Yeah.
She said that.
Jada LaRue, why you just clutch your pearls? What happened? I just saw you.
Because he said that women don't really like the simps. I have a certain feeling about simps. And I just feel they're simple men, and I love simple men. I don't like all of the drama and the ghetto nature, the hood. Like, I don't like all of that. Give me the simple man that likes to appreciate
What?
me, likes what I, even if I
Hold
don't
on,
know
hold
him.
on,
If
hold
he
on, hold
wants
on.
to
Why
do
you
something,
why are you making the
That's not
distinction
true.
between a simple man and some hood stuff? Like a hood dude could be just as
A simp.
just as
Simp.
much of a simp.
Yeah.
Like
he
those
could. I
aren't the
was
two.
just drawing the line.
Yeah,
That
see,
that that was I was just drawing my own preference line.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
oh yeah, when I
So
meant simps, I go by the Alan Roger Curry definition, which is basically a man who's willing to, overpay for something, that is not work when it comes to a woman. And so it was simpish behavior for random men to be throwing their money at Jackie Jack, getting nothing in return. Meanwhile, Jackie Jack's gonna go off, and have her romantic interest with whoever she's interested in. That's what I meant, not like a simple man. I'm a simple man. I think, I agree. I think I'm very happy as a simple man. I've never had trouble getting women.
Yeah. Well,
okay.
sodomy.
Now allow me to say, I don't know about all of these different spheres, manosphere, womensphere. So to me, I thought simp was like simple men who like to take care of their woman, or I didn't know the reference. So okay, got you.
Okay. Okay, no. If you don't know the lingo, you don't know the lingo. But
Yeah, I don't really know.
that's okay. Sodomy and Chicken in the building says Asian women are also the most educated. GC. Is he making it? Never mind. I don't know if that was referencing something, but look who we're joined by. I gotta move to Brandon. Gotta move the Brandon at the bottom. And he showed up. Just see, JB, I may need you to balance out the panel, but we got the star of the show here.
Yeah, JB said he was.
Love the green. The green looks good on you. I love the green.
Thank you so much.
And
You're the third person to be
complexion.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, right. So, Annie,
I
have you
think JB
been?
Oh,
I'm sorry. Go ahead. What?
no, I was just saying. I think JB is at work. He said he was listening to clouds.
Well, I mean, he be working I think he work at home, so I mean, he flexible. Yeah. I mean, hell, Rod technically on the clock right now too. So I mean,
salary, ain't no clock.
but all right, Annie, have you been listening?
No, because I thought we were starting at 10. You started a bit early.
Oh, you probably got the ETS. No, it's 10 o'clock my time. I started at 10 o'clock my time.
Oh,
you're 5 hours ahead in England.
Yeah,
so
you just got to.
Are we on? I'm sorry.
My time.
We kind of still on the first question, so you could just kind of jump right in. The question, as I was written, is written right in the title, but I'll make sure I pull it up and read it. Do men make more exceptions for women than women make for men?
Nope.
All right.
Make more exceptions from.
And I gotta step away for a quick second. I won't even be able to hear you. So, if she will go ahead. You got the floor to speak.
If I misbehave, Game Changer will stop me. Don't worry.
I know. I was just about to say a Game Changer will interrupt you if you say something too crazy. But go ahead.
Hi everyone. Hi chat and hi viewers. I think women make more exception for men because women in general tend to look more at the personality and tend to look more at behavior. We're not too hung up on looks, although we like good-looking men. But you're more likely going to see a woman make an exception for a guy who doesn't look so hot but has a great personality or is a good guy than a guy making that same exception for women. And then in relationships, women tend to carry a lot of the burden of the relationship to make sure it works, to make sure that things are going okay, to maintain intimacy, to maintain happiness within the relationship. I think guys kind of have it easy in relationships because all they have to do is just turn up most of the time. I'll tell you, somebody who comes to mind is somebody like Rihanna at the moment. I mean, she's a billionaire. She's got a big company, everything very successful. What did she settle for? Now, if that was a guy in that same position, he will not be settling for what she settled for.
What world do you live in, Annie?
Men are more selective attractive when they're wealthy, when they've got money.
He wouldn't have.
Well, I mean, to be fair, a woman's money don't count as money.
Yeah.
You
I'm
know,
talking
so
about like, in verse. She was saying like he wouldn't have settled for her in terms of money, but look at how Rihanna looks.
No. What I meant was if a man is in Rihanna's situation and looks bomb and makes a lot of money, he will not settle for an ugly girl. But
you think A$AP Rocky is ugly?
Yeah, I didn't know that. Ladies, is he ugly?
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yes,
is
to me.
Why?
Oh. I mean, he's like a male
not
model,
attracted
but
to him.
okay.
Yeah, I'm not either.
Okay.
Not attracted to him, but that wouldn't necessarily be my reason. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying I was missing that cat because it didn't make sense. But if he's ugly, I guess what she's saying makes sense. Yeah.
And not only that, his gene pool is not exactly what you would call stellar. So, for example, when men are choosing women, especially powerful men and successful men, they're choosing a woman who they think is going to make good babies. They're choosing a woman who they think is going to raise good children, who are going to raise well-adjusted children, especially powerful men. But I find that women, especially Black women, we tend to make more excuses and date a good man, but not necessarily somebody with a great gene pool or somebody who. Come on, you guys.
No. Black men get the women pregnant. If you ever see a woman walking around smoking weed and drinking while pregnant, it's a Black man that impregnated her. We have the worst. We put our sperm in trash all the time. You know, that is ridiculous. We are the least selective. Like, why you have that look? Why you have that look? Let's take an Asian man. Let's leave A$AP Rocky out of it. Take a rank and file Asian man and tell me when was the last time you seen him date down? When was the last time you seen an Asian man who has a woman with Asian hair that's not hers, sewed into her head? And
she paid for it.
Huh?
It's her hair. She paid for it.
No, it's her hair because she grew it. And when she have extra, she sell it to you. No, it's her hair because it grows out of her scalp.
Listen, my darling, this is my hair. I bought it.
I'm saying the plurality of you. It's
well,
not
hold
like
on,
you're buying African hair.
Annie, I thought that was all you growing from the root.
No, it's not going from the root. It's a wig, and I love it, and I'm proud of it.
Oh, that's worse. And you got it from Asia. It says.
No,
I see it now.
Beautiful.
I
know you guys.
The point is that the hair that you buy grows out of their head. That is the point. And they go to the source of the hair while we go to the destination of the hair. That means that we have
the shoes that you're wearing comes from a cow. That doesn't mean it's not your shoes.
Yes, but my feet comes from me. If I was walking around with a Kung Fu Fighter's feet on, then you would say, "Oh, that's some crazy stuff."
All right, let me hold on. Let me back up some because I was thinking I wasn't going to miss nothing when I stepped away real quick, but I think I did. So I'm trying to back up and figure out how we got here. We was talking about. I came back. She was talking about Rihanna, and what was the argument that people like Rihanna make concessions or exceptions or?
Yeah.
How so? Isn't the guy she with? Isn't he a rapper or something?
Yeah, he's a rapper. But I think that for somebody who's married a billionaire, she could do, especially if she wants to have a baby. She could have.
Hold on. You said Rihanna's a billionaire?
Yes. She's a billionaire.
Oh, see that's kind of different. When you a female billionaire has priced herself out of the money. She can't get equal value. I mean. She can make a decision. Hold on, wait, hold on. She can make a decision to get some dude who's in the industry or similar industry who has millions, or she could just get a really good looking boy toy, or she maybe could find a really good looking dude who got millions. But you know, it's when you got that much money, it's no right answer. Like she would have to find a Morris Chestnut looking billionaire in order for her to truly get her equal. Like that dude don't exist, and if he exists, he probably got a rotation of 100 women that look like Rihanna. or he's
Brenda,
married already.
she could have stood on the road and looked for a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer, a plumber, somebody who's got good genes or who's got a good brain. But what did she do? She settled for a man that may have money, but it's not really what I would call good stock.
I agree with you. I actually agree with you, except for I don't think she settled. I don't think she settled. I think she I'm just still laughing at Game Changer Feet statement down there. That was too funny. But no, I don't think she settled. I think she made a calculated decision for what she wanted. But overall, that is something that we do talk about in this space, that if a woman like that was smart, then yeah, some doctor with some 135 IQ that's going to produce some really smart babies mixed with her beauty, yeah, they'll take over the world. So yeah, but I don't think in her mind she didn't make an exception, because she would rather be with ASAP Rocky. That's what she'd rather be with that dude that got the swag. I mean, she shows swag over better genes for the baby.
But men don't do that. Successful men don't make those exceptions. They will go for the best that they can get.
No, that's not true.
No, because if that's the case, PJ Washington wouldn't have been caught up with Brittany Renner.
Yeah,
they will. That's the female equivalent of ASAP Rocky, or
everyone goes for looks nowadays, and that was my issue with what you were saying, Annie, because it sounded like you were saying that Rihanna settled for ASAP Rocky, and then you clarified because of looks. You felt like she could have gotten someone who was much better looking, right? And then
all these new rappers look like gremlins to me anyway. Do he look good?
Yeah, he's above
male model.
He's above the gremlin look. He's slightly above it.
He's slightly above gremlin.
Yeah.
Who cares? The point is,
you look like a Mogwai. He not a he didn't eat the chicken after midnight yet. He's like a cute gremlin.
Yeah, he's average looking.
Well, the point is Annette was saying the inverse wouldn't happen. That a billionaire man wouldn't marry a woman who is a model and a millionaire, but you may not find her attractive. Like, I don't know, is the consensus in the whole world that ASAP Rocky, like that Rihanna has married like an ugly dude? Is that the consensus?
Yeah, that's not the consensus.
Okay.
From what I hear.
My sister has a crush on ASAP Rocky. I know a lot of girls that think he's attractive.
And you were trying to say like a man wouldn't do that, and men do that all the time. Men are always everybody chooses each other based on looks. No one is choosing each other based on what do they have a good education? That's not most of the time we're choosing each other based on looks. That's just facts.
Might I say, I do think guys should be looking at some of those factors, even though they don't. I think they should.
For survival. IQ, survival, because the smarter people are more likely to survive. But if she chose ASAP Rocky because of the industry, whenever it comes to their creative factor, yes, they do actually make it. They're very compatible, because if they, like Jay-Z and Beyonce, they will raise their kids in the industry. If anything, ASAP Rocky and Rihanna, they will raise their kids in the industry. If she was trying to go into a different, take her life or her kid's life to a different route, maybe she would have chosen somebody else. If
she was
the
engaged,
doctors, lawyers, and
she was engaged to, I think, a Middle Eastern billionaire, and she called off that engagement. So she had the opportunity to do it. She chose looks like everybody does, especially black women.
Yeah, did you guys think she chose for looks, or did she choose for convenience of what it is that she wanted to do? Because he being with the Arabic guy or the Arab guy, she wasn't able to continue her music career. With ASAP Rocky, she can.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So maybe it wasn't necessarily the looks. Maybe she got comfortable with him and he comfortable with her because she lets him wear fingernail polish and stuff. So that might just be a relationship or convenience.
All right, real quick. Hold on, GC. Real quick. Hold on, GC. KG in the building with the super chat. He says Essence dating service is being confirmed in real time. Black women choose on beauty first, and all other traits are secondary. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that. Appreciate everybody who has supported the stream thus far. Appreciate each and every one of you. Game Changer, you was about to say something.
Yeah. Was it just me? But if they say don't feed them after midnight, what's the like before time? Because it's always after midnight.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, what time do you
Yeah,
start feeding?
it should have been don't feed them, but don't feed them between midnight and 6 a.m.
Yeah,
yeah. They didn't do it.
That
It
took me
was
out when I was a kid. Like they would starve if they was my kids. Like, oh crap, what do I do?
It's so much stuff wrong with that. And also he just told him not to do it. He didn't tell him what would happen if he did it. Like the gravity of the situation was not firmly explained. I mean, it was a lot of stuff wrong with that movie. It was so much. It was so many problems there. But
you know those are niggas, right?
I know. I remember you did a stream on that.
Yeah,
Gremlins
are a metaphor for niggas. That's how white people see niggas. We start off as cute and useful, but then you give them fried chicken and they go crazy. Like that's exactly how white people see niggas.
Wow. But no, on the point with the
go ahead. No, go ahead. You got it.
On the point with Rihanna and the Middle Eastern billionaire, it's not that she could continue her career because she could. Like, remember, while they were engaged, she was still doing her thing. And even look at Janet Jackson, she even started wearing like the Habib, I think it's called. But she even still continued on, like that was while they were together. But he understood and made concessions for, well, when you doing your thing, she was still touring and got pregnant while she was on tour. So no, women like a lot of black women like good-looking men who they are less successful than them, that they can control them.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I could take that part. Well, for Rihanna didn't have a single album she worked on while she was with him, so she didn't really continue what she was doing with her.
She started a multi-million-pound business, to her, the Fenty business.
That's what she did in exchange. Yeah.
And that's
Rihanna has been working on an album for years. She's been working on an album for years. That is verified.
That's what they said.
An album in years.
But she's working on it.
Like 5 years.
My point was that she could, like, she always has, usually has a bit. Most artists have several years in between album projects. And they're working on it the whole time in between. She was working on it. She was still wearing risque clothing at her fashion shows. There was none of that. Like, the point I'm making is there was none of that, like, quote unquote, patriarchal oppression or suppression of Rihanna and her talent with that billionaire. She chose A$AP Rocky like all y'all do.
She stepped down. She to me, making exception means somebody who's taking less than what they deserve. Is that what you mean by making an exception?
That's the question. Are we talking about?
Well,
I'm saying, are we talking about exceptions? Exceptions.
Well, go ahead.
Exceptions after dating, or exceptions in choosing who you're going to date. Like, I was thinking exceptions in terms of once you're in a relationship, making exceptions for different things.
They kind of tied together.
I thought it was choosing before.
Okay.
I think it's both. It's both. You can make exceptions in your choosing process, and then once you're with that person, you can still end up making a lot of exceptions and ceding so much ground to the point to where you're in a bad situation. But I do want to kind of steer it away from celebrities, even though celebrities fun to talk about. I do want to steer it from that and get more into regular folks on the ground, because like it looked like Game Changer and that was going down that path, but I did want to back up and see how we got there with the Rihanna thing. So I do want to get back on that. So just in general, in a relationship with regular folks, Annette, would you say that men or women, which one makes the most exceptions and why? But before you answer that, when Son is hot around the building, he says, and don't get them wet either. Oh yeah, definitely. Which explains why most ninjas smell like they haven't washed in decades. Okay, cut it out. I think the other persuasion of folk have that problem more, even when they get I ain't gonna go there. When their hair get wet. When they hair get wet, they got that. It be that wet dog smell sometimes. I know. Anyway, all right. Let's bring it on back. But thanks on this hot raw. But all right, go ahead, Annette. You can answer the question.
I think women forgive more. women negotiate more. Women take a whole lot of bad behavior more.
Women forgive, they forgive cheating more, but I think it's more hardwired in women.
Do they forgive it, or do they just
or they will be quiet and go get payback on the low, but
and always hold it over your head
look, you see that? Whoa, look at all of these guilty laughs going on. Those were some very, very guilty laughs. Oh my goodness, guilty laughs everywhere.
Exactly.
Guilty laughs. I can't even pull it back up. Yeah, Jada got that poker face over there. She ain't playing. She ain't breaking character breaking character into the DVD commentary. She's like,
he take a lot. When a man is fed up, you know what he'll do? He'll just pack his bags, and the next you hear is that I'm moving on. I'm with somebody else. But women will sit there and just try to make the relationship work.
But
I'm gonna go to Jada. I'm gonna go to Jada, then to Jackie. But in
right quick.
In Annie's mind, they just Celie from Color Purple. They just lone suffering. They just gonna take it, and I just gonna sit there, let him do his business, and just hopefully he do right by me someday.
I would like to quote.
What's funny about that is I was going to say that.
Well, I would like to quote a famous Black woman who said, "I can have another you in a minute. Matter of fact, he'll be here in a minute."
Beyonce.
Yeah.
All right, Jada, what you about to say, Jada LaRue? Go ahead.
I was getting ready to say that whose fault is it? It's funny that Bernard said it, because I was thinking, like, whose fault is it that, there are sisters out there who decide they're gonna be Celie when they don't have to be Celie from The Color Purple. I mean, you can't blame men and say that you guys tolerate more because you did this, you did that, just to keep the relationship together. Maybe you shouldn't have been in that relationship.
Because I think there is a generational gap, but even still, we're hardwired to try to make relationships work. As a woman, it's your job to make the relationship work. From a young child drummed into you, marriage is not a bed of roses. Just take it as it is. Just hold. It's your job to hold it together. That's what women have done for years and years. And it's not only Black women, even white women as well. We're all
had divorce filings don't say that.
That's what I was about to say.
Uh-oh.
Divorce filings don't say that.
Sexism happen.
Okay,
70
so
to 80% of divorces are filed by women. So who's giving up?
Yeah, because they're tired. There is another part to that research.
Oh,
they're tired,
my darling.
Okay.
They're tired of being
They don't
married.
want to connect anymore.
Women initiate divorces usually after bearing 5 to 10 years of a whole load of different things from the marriage. Okay, women.
Is the man bearing anything? It's the way you.
Some men do.
It's like the man is just having the time of his life, and this woman is just kind of just suffering in silence. Maybe he's miserable too.
Some men do go through a lot. I'm going to give you that. A lot of men do go through a lot. But when there is a divorce or a separation, the stigma is more on the woman. So she's got more of a need and an incentive to try and make it work. Okay,
what
because
it's worse on a woman. You're a strong single woman.
The fact that you couldn't make the relationship work for those who are relationship
divorce parties.
Exactly.
They usually blame it on the men for why something didn't work out. Like, girl, did he cheat? Did he do this? Did he do that? And then that becomes a whole pity party. So I can't really get down with the vibe of that, mostly because as women, like you said, we're told to make things work, et cetera, right? But it's supposed to be what works best. So if a man didn't just change, a whole lot once you got married and then you just got tired of him. You chose the wrong type of man majority of the time to be with out of convenience, whatever reasons you got. He got good peen, he got money. Maybe you had a kid with him, so now you're trying to force a situation so you don't look funny to other people and look like you're successful in a relationship. But when it comes to the reality of it, if women stopped trying to force relationships that did not work before they got married, then they wouldn't have to be sitting up there long suffering by choice. Again, by choice.
I think people are under this misconception that divorce means one person is bad. It doesn't. Two good people. No, because you're saying you didn't choose right. You can choose right and people still grow apart from each other. You can choose right and things change.
And that's the thing. Men don't just
with the same energy that you said.
No, men don't say we grew apart when if we decide to have a divorce. We say that we found her in bed with my brother and my sister at the same time. Like, we say stuff like that. We have legitimate reasons to divorce. We don't say, oh, we grew apart, but we're still good people. We don't divorce good people. We don't say she's a good woman, but I just wanted to divorce and give her half my crap. We don't say stuff like that. That's the difference.
No, the difference is that when the woman finds you in bed with her sister or her best friend, she'll cry for a week or so, but she'll probably still take you back. Men are known not to be able to come back from infidelity. Women usually are the ones that tend to say, I'll still try and make it work. Most men.
No, but the point is that you we have to do something. Like a woman has to do something. A man don't have to do anything. She could just say, I'm not happy anymore, just out of random melancholy. Like, she's just like, something, I'm not happy anymore. The purpose of life is my happiness. Therefore, I want a divorce. Mm-hmm. Yes, I mean, I agree. Because it's not really, it's not really cheating when men do it. I understand that. However,
So you come home every day.
Wait a minute. He said it's not really cheating when men do it. We're gonna go around the panel on that one. We're gonna go around the panel on that one. That's the next subject. Game changer. Okay, we're gonna start with you. You go ahead and explain why is it not cheating when men do it.
Well, it's worse when women do it. I'll put it like that. I had this conversation with my barber yesterday. It's significantly worse when women do it than when men do it, because it's a separate emotion and it doesn't threaten the relationship. Men rarely, and you listen good, you side pieces, men rarely leave their wives for the side piece ever. You're not in threat. It's not in danger. We love our kids. The relationship is not in danger of ending because Bill Clinton was not going to leave for Hillary Clinton. Martin Luther King was not going to leave for whoever that bitch was. It just don't happen. But however, a woman cheating is a threat to the entire family. That's what I mean when I say that. So yeah, it's not really cheating when a man does it. It's just getting some.
He was just fucking them hoes. He was gonna get right back.
Yeah, exactly.
Since we quoted Beyonce, we gotta quote some Jay-Z. All right, go ahead, Rod. You got it.
Man, I'm gonna take it. You know me. I always gotta take it to church. Yeah. Okay. No, it's not the same when a woman cheats and a man cheats. And the reason,
but do you consider it? Hold on, wait. But just let's deal with the controversial one, then the not so controversial one, where you say it's not the same. It's a lot of guys in this space that have made some arguments. I don't go down that road. I haven't given that much thought to it. But a lot of people in this space have said that it's not cheating when a man do it. Only a woman can cheat on a man, but a man can't cheat on a woman. What's your thoughts on that? Then you can speak to the.
That's bullshit. That's bullshit.
Okay.
Of course you can cheat. If you are in a relationship with somebody and it's a monogamous relationship, and then you have sex with someone who is not that person, that is cheating. But
that's why I don't go down that route, because by definition it is, if y'all agree that y'all in a monogamous relationship. Yeah, okay, yeah.
But if what usually happens is that it's not defined. It's not a defined relationship. I can't tell the last time I sat down with a chick and we defined the relationship. And it's never even like when you were kids, it was easy. It was like, will you be my girl? Check yes or no. As you get older, it's kind of like, well, I'm not really trying to give you that title yet. Let's just hang out and see where this goes. You look up, it's been 3 years. And women like to say, you cheated on me in that 3 years. It's like, but what were we ever any,
Man,
So,
that undefined area where you just kind of just fuck your way into a relationship. Yeah, that's a weird thing. It happens though. But
fellas, it's still hold on.
It's
It's
like
still a
that.
monogamous relationship, Rod. If you cheat, you're still in a monogamous relationship. That's the difference when men cheat.
wait, you saying it's a monogamous relationship with the casual sex that just ends up extending out?
So a polygamous relationship means that you're in a relationship with more than one party. If you are cheating, you're still in a relationship with one party. You're just having sex with another. You're not in a relationship with your side piece. So it's still a monogamous relationship.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
your dick cheated, not your heart.
Yeah.
Well, I
And
mean,
the
you don't
women-
have the relationship status with the other person, so it's not a polygamous relationship. It's yeah.
But women like to what men are getting at when they say there's no such thing as men cheating is that, you know, we are wired. That's why I disagree with men who are like, it's in a woman's nature to sleep around. No, it's not. It's so dangerous in the past and times past. If you go back, if you cut off the last like 40 years and you go from there into the beginning of time, it was so dangerous for a woman to cheat. She could be killed by the state. She could be killed by her husband. Even nowadays, that situation with the Navy guy who Fantastic did a video about, who came home and saw his wife sleeping with another naval officer and killed the naval officer. And he couldn't. The wife says he popped at all of them. You know, it's like, it's so dangerous for women to cheat, and women are already fragile and have to be protected. To cheat on that man who could protect you, that man you cheat with could be crazy and kill you if you try to break it off of him. It's so dangerous for women to cheat. That's why women have never been those big cheaters like that. And that's why for them to go out and risk life and limb and the family and everything that they have for some dick, that is why men are like, basically, no, we ain't cheating. If you go and do it, it's on such, the level is so much more extreme that's why it almost nullifies any concept of men cheating.
Mm-hmm. All right, going to Brenda. We're gonna go Brenda, Jada, Jackie. Brenda, Jada, Jackie, and then Annie. So go ahead, Brenda.
Okay, so it has to be defined from the beginning of the relationship before you officiate. That's actually where I'll come from. So if you're in if you're the person you're telling your partner, all right, I'm not going to lie to you, but I need multiple options. If you want to be in a relationship with me, then you have to allow me to have these multiple options. So everything has to be fine from the beginning. And so if you both say, okay, we're in a monogamous relationship, meaning there's no other interaction outside that, not even relationships or any not only relationships but even relations. If you want your dick to think for you, that's actually cheating still. So I do define if you're in a monogamous relationship and then you step out, that's cheating. Like, it doesn't matter whether you're male or female. But I understand that men are compartmentalized. They're more logical, and so they don't have the emotions that women do have whenever they step out of the relationship. Their emotions have been compromised by another person. So now you do. Back in the days, that's why the Scarlet Letter existed, because now you just endangered everybody in the family. So exactly what Rod God said, like, literally the women put people in danger just by cheating, stepping outside. But if a man is cheating, well, nobody really shuns them more easily, because he's not the one who's in danger. He can fight for himself, if anything, but the woman cannot really fight for herself. So the man has to actually protect her if they're going to take her back. But that's my opinion with cheating. So define it up front so that you can know what you're getting into.
All right, hold on real quick. Auntie in the building, he says, men more likely to fix something when it's broken. Women are more likely to throw something away or replace it when it's broken. Same in relationships. Well said. Well said. Clement Gray in the building says, ask the ladies what they consider cheating from their perspective. We'll do that next. I'll come back to that question. I got it started. I can come back to it. The RX-O in the building, he says, the dynamic of today is that if a woman becomes terminally ill, we'll hold on to each second and love her until her dying day. I don't know about it. I don't know. How long was she on that deathbed? I mean, I can hold out a week, maybe.
I think women do more of that.
I'm just playing. But if we so much as catch a cold, the women are going. Effort is key. All right. Shout out to the lady who called into Kendra G, not D. Shout out to Crimson Cure. I just saw her in the chat room since I referenced her accidentally. But this lady called into Kendra G show, a dating show. Looking for a man, and she was at the hospital. Her husband was essentially damn near dead, and she was calling into a dating line. You know, while her husband was connected to machines trying to find a new man. You know. Anyway, all right. That was messed up. Shame on her. Shame on her.
When we're talking about the impact of cheating when a woman does it, a man's ability to cheat is limited. It's very finite. There are far fewer women that are willing to sleep with men than there are men willing to sleep with women. Therefore, if a woman is of a cheating mind, then the impact is far greater. It's far greater. Once she's crossed that Rubicon of morality, you know, she could just spread it out to the whole village, where men can only spread it out to the 10 or so women in the village that are willing to give it to them. So, you know, it's far greater. The impact is far greater. It pales in comparison.
I'm just waiting for my turn.
I got you, Annie. I got you. Well, all right, go ahead, Jada LaRue, your turn.
Okay, so for me, I believe that cheating just should not happen if it's not something that's agreed upon. And I shouldn't really call it cheating. If you guys have an open relationship, cool. If you guys have where the woman is just saying, like, you know, just tell me rather than somebody else come throwing it in my face. So it's different type of levels to a relationship's openness or closure. Though I feel like in the last maybe 20, maybe even 30 years, I highly dislike when women cheat. So I tell women, you know, they shouldn't be cheating. Maybe try and figure out what you feel like you could be missing and adapt it to your life or something. I don't know, because women in the last like 20, 30 years, they cheat.
She was figure out what she was missing. You said figure out what she was missing. She was missing a variety of penises.
Well, it could be just that she's one of those women who, you know, she likes her man, but the man ain't good in bed, but she also ain't trying to teach her man what she likes. She faking it. And then she goes out and she cheats with somebody else that's knocking down all the walls. But at the same time, like I said, in the last 20, 30 years, it is noticeable that women are cheating without condoms, having outside relationships, getting caught. So it's kind of like what Brenda said, which I love your name, girl. That's my sister's name. Love that name. She was like, you know, they're not rational enough when they cheat. So if I had to pick a side on who would be more understanding in my eyes to cheat, which again, I don't believe in cheating, but if I had to say, I would rather for it to be a guy, because at least it's not, I'm not going to say guys don't have outside babies or have relationships. I'm just going to say that the probability is highly slim. So if you got a man who is actually a good man and he just happens to cheat, I am pretty sure he didn't cheat without a condom and all that other stuff. But women, I hear women talk about their little escapades and they're like, and I'm like, did you wear a condom? Because now you're talking about, you know, you ain't had your cycle. And I'm like, oh my goodness. So you in a whole nother situation. Isn't that what happened with last baby daddy? So it's kind of like, I prefer women just, you know, if you get wet, you just gonna have to rub down there or somewhere. Go grab your man. I'm pretty sure he wants sex. So
he'll take it.
Yeah, up and honest.
All right. Go ahead, Jackie Jack.
Okay. I'm gonna say cheating is not right on both sides. I mean, if it's not open, like Jada said, it's not right on both sides. But I also gotta agree with Jada and the rest of the guys. It's way worse when a woman cheats. It's way worse because she could be cheating for like emotional reasons, and if she's doing that, she might be out the door real soon if it's emotional reasons. And if it's physical reasons she's cheating, she has such easy access to men that it could be multiple men. This is why these women come and say they don't know who's the daddy of their baby. Because when they start cheating,
the daddy is whichever one that she's with. That's who the daddy is.
right.
More likely than not, men are not quick to or because they're not able to, they're not quick to say this is this other woman's baby, not your baby, because they're not having kids, right? But women, because they don't want to be outed or they don't want no stress, no drama, they will allow a man to not even give him the respect of at least telling him and giving him the choice of deciding on if he want to stay or go. She will keep that lie forever.
Take it to
or even with the proof in her face, she'll figure out a way to say that DNA test is not right. Oh my goodness, that is embarrassing. That is so embarrassing. And that messes up our outlook as other women who are not, doing those type of things. So, just didn't raise the kids wrong. That's another thing for me. Bothers me so much.
Go ahead and finish, Jackie, because I know we kind of cut you off a little bit.
Sorry about that, Jackie.
No. I was just gonna say that's the reason why they don't know who the father of their baby is. Like if they're doing it for just pure sexual reasons, they just start having sex with so many because it's so easy for a woman to get sex from a man. It's harder for a man to get sex from women because women, most women are not like just freely giving it out like that because they're kind of selective with who they're having sex. But a person that's not selective, they're gonna end up having sex with a whole bunch of men, and then be at a point where they don't know where they got this disease from or who the father of their baby is.
You just contradicted yourself, Jackie, a little bit.
Well, hold your thought on that because I gotta go to you on this one, but no, I'll save that question because we do got to go to you on this one. So before you go, Annie, I noticed you're drinking some. It looked like some orange juice, but some slightly colored. It's like the color is slightly off. Like what you got in there?
It's just orange. No.
How many?
Juice.
I'm sorry. What's that?
It's just orange juice.
That color ain't right. What time is it in Europe?
Squash. You know the one you mix with water?
You have to dilute it. It's
What time is it? What time is it in the UK right now?
Bernard, listen, Bernard. If I drink wine, in 5 minutes. I'll start laughing like a fool. I would never.
All right, so
I've got no wine brain.
All right, go ahead. But before you answer before you answer the question directly, where did Jackie Jack contradict herself?
Oh yes. What you remember when you said women are more selective about who they sleep with, but then on the flip side again you said, but if a woman is not selective, I want to call you out on that because women are actually more selective or in general about who they sleep with than men. Okay, there was a study.
That's what I was saying.
So which then means that men are more likely to cheat. Wait,
right quick, Jackie. You just contradicted your whole introduction statement.
Let's let her finish. Let's see where she's going.
But she contradicted her introduction statement when she was saying that women are more forgiving than men, and now she's saying women are more selective. Remember the whole ASAP Rocky stuff? She was saying
arguments.
Oh, she did.
Yeah.
Let me just finish.
I'm helping Annie out today. Those are two. Those sound like two separate things.
No, those are the same. Okay.
Game changer. There were two different arguments.
Just let her rock. Let her rock. Just make a mental note of it. Write it down.
You may or may not have seen the research that was done in one of the American universities where a random woman walked around campus and basically asked random men whether they wanted to have sex. She literally just walked up to them and said, would you like to have sex with me? And I'm telling you, 8 out of 10 said, are you kidding? You sure? Well, hell yeah. And then when they repeated the same research on women, they're like, what the hell do you think you are? and both were attracted.
Proves our point.
It's a piece
You're
of
saying
research.
what I'm saying, though. You're saying what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Of course, men are
More
ready.
likely going to cheat.
No.
Okay, so
You're missing the simple fact that if men are ready and willing to go, but if you walk right up to women and ask them, and the woman will say no, that shows that they're not. Women are not as willing to just hop in bed with any guy. That part is true, but they're willing to hop in bed with somebody. Men are quick to want to hop in bed, but the way that the women react to the guys walking up to asking them shows that most guys don't got it like that, but a small percentage do. So that means that goes to Jackie Jack's point that they don't have the option to. Like I've talked to a lot of men on my hold on real quick. I've talked to a lot of men on my channel about this. It's an old interview. I'm not even gonna say the guy's name because he don't even really be in this space no more. And he's a professional guy, and he probably don't even want his name. You know, and anyway, I'm just gonna tell the story. He got cheated on, by the woman that he married, and when he up and decided that, he wasn't trying to break up the family, but he was about to try to cheat, and then when he tried to cheat, he couldn't do it. It was like it was a lot of work. The amount of paper trail that he was leaving, she was just catching him left and right. The point that I'm making is that guys have to actually put in work and try and effort and be seen in public, doing little, taking a chick out for drinks, coffee dates. I mean, but if you that dude, you just got game and you could just mouthpiece it and just talk a woman panties off in a 5-minute conversation. Shout out to ARC. If you could do that, then yeah, you can cheat. But if you're just a regular dude, yeah, you gotta put in a lot of work. So it's just not as easy. So the fact that they're willing and ready, that doesn't mean that they have access. The old adage of men are as faithful as their options. Most men don't have the options that you think they got.
We know that, but my argument is going back to what Jackie Jack said, and even Jada. I thought you were implying that women cheat more because you said they're most likely going to start sleeping around and they won't know who their baby daddy is. And I'm saying no.
No, she was saying it's worse because of that. It's worse.
I'm saying a cheating woman is not selective anymore because she's opened her legs for somebody else that's not her man. I mean, she has gotten rid of being selective. So a woman that's not selective anymore can eventually start sleeping with a bunch of men because it's so easy.
So you think if a woman cheats with one man in her relationship, she's most likely going to cheat with loads of different men?
No, I'm just saying she's opened herself to cheat more because now she's not being selective. She's not sticking to her one man. She's not being selective anymore.
I get it. Whatever quality, put it like this. Put it like this. Whatever quality that man had that she cheated on her husband or boyfriend with, she can find another man with that same quality. Whether if she cheated on a guy because he's handsome, other handsome men are willing to sleep with her. And since the only thing that will stop that from happening is her morality, and she don't have that, then yes, she is. Basically, it means if she cheats with a handsome guy, then that means that she has cheated or she will cheat with every guy that is more handsome than the guy that she currently is cheating with.
That's not necessarily the case. She's more likely going to go back to the same guy to cheat over and over again.
That part is true.
Doesn't necessarily mean that she's stop picking all.
But she is open. She is open. If a more handsome guy comes, and they will, because that's what guys do, she will open up to that. Yes, she has already shown a pattern of behavior. She has already shown her pattern of behavior for opening up to a jawline dude. Yes, exactly. If she cheats on a guy because she's with a guy that's 5'6" and she gets some from a guy that's 6'4", when that 6'5" guy comes along, there you go. When that's
and jawline dudes get tired of those chicks. Jawline dudes do not stay with that one woman cheating with her forever. He gonna hit it a few times and go on to the next one, and that's why she's gonna start sticking around.
If a woman is with a man, Rod of God and Game Changer, if a woman is with a man that satisfies her, she's very unlikely going to look at any other man.
That was the next question. I disagree.
A woman that satisfies him, he's still going to want to cheat with other men, with other women. Sorry, not other men. He's still going to want, because men tend to like variety. It's the way they're wired. Most men. And that's why they say he's cheating because you're not. You could be good in bed. You could be jumping from a chandelier. You could be flipping and floating as Game Changer like, and he'll still go flip and flop with somebody else. They just
Yes, this is true. But we're men. We're men, and we're bound by opportunity. There are few flippers and floaters out there that are willing to sleep with us. So we're bound by that. However, women are not bound by that. What she is bound by is the way that she's wired. And if a woman is wired like a man and desires variety, which cheating women must do, then she is going to be out there like that. Now. Also,
real women
not wired like that, and she's cheating because the person A isn't hitting it right. Then it does jeopardize the relationship because she's about to leave person A for the person hitting it right. So so that's why I'm saying that's why it's worse. Good for her. I'm saying that's why it's worse. That's why it's worse because you see, men are willing to accept the sexual function of a second person while keeping their primary mother of children. We're willing to do that because we're better people that way. However, women are willing to leave the entire family for her own sexual gratification. We're better people that way.
No, you're not.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. That's why we cheat better. That's why we cheat with the thought of the collective in mind. We don't cheat with the intention of ruining the whole family. When Grandpa cheated on Grandma and had the whole thing, nobody. It was like, yeah, but he's still Grandpa and he's still Papa and he's still everything. However, if it was the other way around, she'd leave for a better penis.
Good for her.
Okay, so real quick, can I mention that?
Okay, that's my point, and that's why it's worse when women do it. That's why it's worse when women do it.
I'll tell you why I said good for
Can
her.
I just mention this real quick, because I know y'all about to continue that one. Real quick. You mentioned Annette. You mentioned about the women who were asked by somebody if they would have sex with them, and most of the women said no. That was you, right? And then if you ask men, majority of men would say yes. Yeah. But I don't like that type of reference, and it's not against you. I just want to make this statement. Just because this woman asked a bunch of men would they sleep with her, didn't mean that they were in a relationship. So if they sleep with her, that doesn't mean they were cheating, right? So we can't say that means that men will cheat with, all this other different stuff, and it's more dangerous for them. And then on the flip side is that I realize that a lot of women will say no to guys that they don't want to have sex unless they look good. And if they are ugly, if they flip that coin and show them some money, so it looked like they might do a little something for them, then they're more quick to actually suck up to that guy just a little bit in order to see if they can get that dollar. So
not true. If a woman that is so untrue. If a woman is in a relationship with a guy who's hitting it the way she likes it, who is doing everything right, they don't even see other men. Okay, but a man.
I wasn't talking about women who. I wasn't talking about women who had men though. I was just saying women in general.
Annette, hold on, Annette. What you basically just described, you said basically he got to be super nigga. He got to be hitting it right, the money right, doing everything. If he doing everything 100% right, you won't see other men. Chances are most men.
We're talking about cheating. We're talking about sex.
I know, but you're saying you're basically saying she won't cheat unless he's doing everything across the board correctly. I don't even necessarily debate it. I think that still depends on the woman's character. But even then, you're not really making that much of a statement if you're saying that he gotta be 10 out of 10 in every category.
Can I just finish my idea?
Go ahead. You got it.
Okay. So now I'll give you, I have 6 brothers, and by knowing them, I happen to know so many of their friends. Plus I was married for 20 years, right? 22 actually. Now, and I'm going to go personal because it doesn't matter. Everybody knows it's a thing. In my marriage, my husband likes me and we get on very well and everything was hunky-dory. But he's also like a kind of stud. He likes loads of other women, right? He likes women. End of story. Now, I'm raised in an environment where to us, that's not real. It's cheating, but we don't kind of get crazy about, it's like, oh God, he's just being silly, blah, blah, blah. But even though I knew he was, I've even had I had a woman ring me at home going like, bitch, I'm sleeping with your husband, bitch. And I'm like, listen, you've got his number. call him, leave me out of it. I don't want to get involved, right? And all I said to him is, listen,
Oh, you was a good
Kudos.
wife. Oh,
no,
look at Annie. You
Yeah,
was
it's just kindness.
I'm too busy raising kids. I didn't have time. You know, I'm like, listen, you get your
Yeah,
girls
right.
your number and not mine.
do your job, goddammit.
Really
Good job.
sorry, you know what I mean? So now, but at the same time, even though he was the one that was doing what he wanted to do, and obviously I said to him, use condoms, and because cheating is on my property, I'll kill you if you give me a disease, right? Okay, fine. Even though he was the one doing his thing, whenever we go out, if a man said to me, hey, how you doing? Or you look pretty, or that, why did they touch you like that? Why did they, why, he couldn't stand the thought of anybody paying me a compliment. But you're the one that's going around with all the different women. So
character flaw.
And my brother's same, all the men I know are the same. They want to play, but the minute there's any threat that anybody is looking at their woman, they go ballistic.
Well, cheaters are very
insecure. You were his property.
When women cheat.
Cheaters, but they're insecure though.
Cheaters are very insecure and much more jealous.
Men, hold on. Men aren't insecure. We're more territorial. Let's
I'm talking about cheaters. A serial cheater, like what she's talking about, a serial cheater, which is like just always they are very insecure.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Oh, okay. A regular man, no. Now a regular man is doing his thing.
Huh?
What happened? I think I missed something.
Because I thought she was saying like a serial cheater, but she said no. You know, he just has his fun. I was like, oh, a regular man. Okay, yeah, regular man.
Got you.
Women that I knew, I didn't know the rest. Yeah. And my dad was the same, and my grandfather.
A normal straight guy. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that occasionally wants to go and play away from home. We accept it. We're more tolerant.
As you should.
Yeah, but
no.
Women is more acceptance. We accept these things.
No, that I will give that to you. That is the one thing you accept more, because deep down y'all realize that it's wronger when women do it. You know, I agree with that.
We have a lot to lose.
And women really love. I mean, let's keep it a bud. This deep, maybe. It's not deep to me. I've been figured out. Women really like. It's something in women where they like it when their men, when a bad woman wants their man and has had their man, and you know they kind of feel like, but he's mine, but this bad chick won't. There's something psychological that goes on. Women like being with men who women find very desirable, up into including the men actually sleeping with those women. Women like that for some reason.
Yeah, they don't want to be with a guy that don't nobody else want to be with. They basically they want a player that don't cheat. They want a bad boy to be good for them. They want a tall dude to be short. That's what they want.
And they enjoy. That's why they make songs about it. It's like they enjoy like the calling their girlfriend and crying and girl, he did this to me. Like they love. There's something like they enjoy it. Let's just be honest.
They like a mean dude to be nice just to them. That's what they want.
But they want to be mean every now and then because they want to have that drama. They want to be able to say like, he did. I can't believe he did this to me, girl. Oh, let's eat each other out.
So they like the pain, but not the suffering.
It's not. We don't. It's not true. We just.
No,
when you've been with a man for a long time and he's tasted all the different styles and. After a while, it kind of loses its, the novelty, and at that stage, you've got kids anyway. So it's like, listen, I really am not in the mood right now. Go find somebody else to sort yourself out. But don't spend our money. Don't give them all our money. Now I'll kill you if you do that.
Hey, you.
Why did she say all?
It's
okay if she gives $40. Like, what?
She can get a little bit. She can, the side chick can get a Happy Meal here and there. Little something.
And we have this saying in Nigeria. You're just the takeaway chick. He's just coming to you for takeaways. At the end of the day, he comes home to me.
No, sir.
I agree. That is a healthy mindset of it. Because
the friendly feminist over here.
I'm still a feminist, though.
No, I know, yeah, but no, it sounds like you were a good wife, Annie. Sound like you were a good wife. But no, Sir Tice, I didn't stop reading super chats. I'm still on it. I'm clicking on all of them. I'm clicking on all of them. So I'm about to actually get to them right now. Nelly Nail in the building. He says, I used to live with pro athletes and almost all of the married players would cheat. I mean, professional athletes cheat. It is what it is. If they didn't, it was rare. Women were always hovering around. Absolutely. Clarence Jr. in the building. Beta. I'm just playing. I ain't even read your comment yet. I'm just playing. Shout out to Clarence Jr. But he says, what she's saying is that men are less sexually disciplined, which means I kind of misread that. It's like you said, men are just men. Okay. Anyway, which means they cheat more. Not sure if I agree, but she does raise an interesting point. Shout out to Clarence Jr. Appreciate the.
They just have more energy and they need to do it more.
And the libido is high.
Well, let's get the data out there, even though I do like you spitball it in shit talking and whatnot. But the data on it is that 28% of men in marriages cheat, coming from the Family Study Institute, I think it's called. 28% of men cheat, 24% of women. I think that's just with black people. 28 on the men, 24 on the women. So it's very, very close to even. And moreover, when it comes to younger people, the women cheat more. Like that demographic between 18 to 29, women cheat more. Is once men get to the point to where they make it into their 30s and women start, get past that thing that we that mythical thing that we call the wall. That's when they start cheating less. but anyway, we don't know what we're talking about here though. But anyway, yeah. So that's the data on it. It's very close. So women do cheat. Oh, not as per the data, not as much as men, but very close. Just throwing it out there. Sir Tice in the building says, so I'm guessing the milkman, cable guy, UPS guy. Man, back in the day when most women were married, like at a 90% rate, the milkman, cable guy, and plumbers, well, I know they was cleaning up.
They say, actually, I talked to a grown man that was a pool boy, and he said that was just a myth. He said that's just like porn, cosmopolitan stories that they told, but it's not really like that.
Don't take the fantasy away. I want to believe that it was a pool boy somewhere smashing everybody.
How he looked and how his swag was. Trust me.
Yeah, but he says having their scores of options is just a myth, right? Does she ever not say something ridiculous?
No, that disappoints you.
Annie, she been halfway on point with some of her commentary today. She still be tripping, but we love it. Leo Anthony in the building says men sleep with who they can. Women sleep with who they want. A big difference. Right on. Very well said. You went to the Myron Gaines school of just putting it in a nice catchy tagline. He good at that. We'll spend too many paragraphs talking about something. Myron will put it in one sentence and put it on the lunchbox. but no, that's accurate. But Leo Anthony in the building. We already read that one. No, Dapper Gents in the building. Didn't leave a comment, just a super chat. Do appreciate everybody who's supporting the stream. A few more in there. Clue said something about Brenda's smile. Like, what about her smile? Okay. All right.
A lot of people are giving me tips for my smile. So
okay. All right. Hey, while we at it, moderators, do some link dropping. I don't even know. I mean, obviously I know Game Changer Rod in Annette. Oh, and Jada LaRue got channels. Look them up if you don't know them. Or shoot, most of y'all got wrenches. Drop your links. Everybody drop their links. Let's get that going. Let's get some links going through the chat room. I haven't been exactly seeing them, so let's do that. Super Duper in the building says lots of these women want a Tupac Obama. Damn. Man, Black Wolf Inc. in the building. Shout out to Black Wolf Inc. And so shout out to Black Wolf, and y'all see it right there. Sub to Rod of God, the Rod of God podcast. Make sure y'all check it out and get the ladies links in the chat too. You know, you gotta be fair, You know, we fair and balanced today. Get the ladies links in the chat room. Jada LaRue, something just there you go. Something was said, and then you clutch your pearls, even though you took your pearls off. But you clutch your pearls. I forgot what was said that made you clutch your pearls. Oh, she gone.
Oh, there she goes.
I'm not even. I'm here. I'm not even sure
Something
what it
happened.
was. I think it was the
forgot.
pool boy. Was it the pool boy moment?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. It was just
I
something.
don't remember. I'm sorry.
Okay, never mind. I just know you clutch your pearls on something, so I just wanted to.
Adult pool boy. Yeah,
I wanted to come back to that. So, it's something that's been out there, and obviously something like this, I doubt it's any data on it. I wouldn't expect that it would be, but the notion that people like, women and Steve Harvey and Derek Jackson throw this notion out there all the time that, hey, if a woman is being satisfied properly, she won't cheat. If she's being sexually satisfied properly, she will not cheat. I've never bought that. I've never believed that. I think it depends on how that woman is wired. She could be being sexually satisfied, but she can also still see something and be drawn by something or get emotionally wrapped into some dude or just be curious. You know, even if the dude she with hitting it right, she could just see a dude with some, I don't know, some big shoulders and some hazel gray eyes or something, and she might just want to do something with it, you know, or that guy that guy that she worked with, who she talked to all day, that she's built some emotional bond and connection with, she may leave and go do something after work with him here and there. You know, shit happens. Like, we can't pretend like women is that if that itch is being scratched, then they just won't go nowhere, because that's where the simp language come in, where they try to basically say, oh, if she cheated, well, it's your fault because you weren't scratching the itch right, which gives women an indefinite pass to basically say it's something that the man wasn't doing whenever the woman does anything that's off cue of, off script of being a good woman. As if it was like that. It's that if a man did everything right, every woman would just default to being a good woman, as if they don't, as if they're not products of their nature and their nurture, their character. That's a combination of their, their personality, as if they're not products, just to make it simple, as if they're not products of their nature and their nurture, their genetics and their upbringing doesn't form their personality and character. And even if things are right, they still will do something wrong because they're people, and people tend to do wrong stuff. People tend to be selfish. So I just think it's nonsense to say that if the itch is being scratched right sexually, she will not cheat. That is my opinion and my perspective on that. Let's go around the panel with it. We'll start with Game Changer. We'll go Game Changer, Rod, Jackie, Jada, Brenda, and we're gonna make a net wait. You gotta sit on whatever you're trying to say. You gotta sit on it. Everybody take their time too. Be long-winded.
There's a lot of problems with that thinking, Bernard. Primarily speaking, it's a scratch. You have to scratch to sniff, meaning that if a woman is looking for that superior penis, oh, by the way, I see that there's a certain person in the chat. Yes, I said penis in the presence of women. Penis. Yes. If she's looking for a certain penis, she's going to have to go through several. That means that she is out scratching several penises looking for the one that fits properly. She's trying on penises like shoes. She's out, okay, no, this is bad penis. Ooh, this is some decent penis. Then she goes, it's like wine tasting for penis. So it really says something to the mindset. How much do she have to be ran through before she picks the proper penis? Like,
but what if but hold on, but what if she find that the proper penis
on the first one?
Okay, let's just say on the 20th one, she finds the proper penis and she gets in a relationship with that proper penis. Do you buy the notion that because she's with, we'll just call it the proper penis. We'll just call it that. Do you buy the notion that if she's with that proper penis, she will not cheat because this dude is hitting it right?
No.
You don't buy it.
When in my experience, and this is probably because of the way I have sex, women get pleasure from giving it to me. like, and not really. It's psychological for them more than it is physical. Now, if it becomes physical, then she's out there indefinitely.
You said if it becomes physical, if it becomes physical, like her physical pleasure becomes a thing, then she's more likely to just be out there indefinitely.
Exactly. Like searching for penis. Exactly. She's playing the penis lottery is what she's doing. You see, with men, it's most vaginas are good. You know, most women can sexually satisfy men, but most men cannot sexually satisfy women, which means that she's out there with her vagina playing the lottery, hoping to get the prize dick. Like that's. Do you really want that mentality? That's a little twisted.
Yeah. Even if she views you as that prize, do you still want the chick that been just bobbing for dicks like apples for like 10 years, and then she finally got one she liked? Do you really want that? That's more or less your point.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, got you. All right. All right, Rod. She get the magical. Well, let me back up and say this. The only truth to the statement that if she gets somebody that's hitting it right, for women, they're like sort of like what Game Changer said. Most men are likely to get satisfaction from whoever they have sex with. Women are not always satisfied with the person that they have sex with. So when they do find that person that could do it right, it is like a finally type of thing. So that's the only bit of truth I'll say to the premise that they're less likely to mess around once they find it. But it's many other factors and moving parts in there. But anyway,
but there isn't a it. You see, if she has okay, so just like no mouthwash is 100% gets rid of 100% germs, so you're always looking for that 100%, like 99.9, and then you look for 99.99. If she gets a dick that is 99.9% efficient, she's going to look for that 100% dick. So yeah, it's a futile endeavor if she has that mindset.
All right, go ahead, Rod.
Yeah, so when it comes to a woman who is sexually satisfied, you know, I will say that she's a lot less likely to cheat. I will agree. But that's like 1 + 1 = 2. That's kind of basic. What we're really getting at is, you know, the nature of women's sexuality, and can they be physically driven to cheat just as much as men can be, or do they have psychological reasons why they may cheat? I do think that if a woman is, I wouldn't even say that he has to be like knocking it out of the park. Like, I have had most of my experience in dating was with what's called baddies, and baddies have a lot going on, you know, because every time they walk out, since they were little girls, you know, the whole world wanted to, you know, do stuff to them. So they usually baddies got a lot going on in their head, and usually they just kind of in bed and they just like, oh, I want to do this because this makes him happy. And they kind of like basic in a lot of ways. Not saying all baddies are, but a lot of baddies are basic. And so like in my experience, like I don't even know if they are good at gauging. I mean, I'm joking. They're good at gauging whether or not they got caught one, not to get too explicit. You know, so I think as long as they getting theirs too, you know, usually they're not going nowhere, you know. But that's not to say like a good movie was Eyes Wide Shut. Nicole Kidman is, you know, this tall, statuesque model woman. Tom Cruise is, you know, not, but he's Tom Cruise. And you know, one day, you know, they're like in their bed, just kind of talking one-on-one, smoke a little weed. And the wife, Nicole Kidman's character, said, you know, Tom Cruise is basically saying something along these lines, like, "Oh, please, you know, women, you know, like basically something along these lines." And Nicole Kidman's character said there was one day, it was basically Tom Cruise was saying, "Oh, women are loyal; they won't cheat on you." And he putting it down. He knows she's satisfied, so he's like, "You ain't going nowhere." And she was like, "There was one day we went to this place, and I saw a Navy officer coming the other way." She said he looked at me for 1 second, and she basically said she can't stop thinking about that 1 second, and that had he asked her, she would have left Tom Cruise, the kids, the life, just to sleep with that dude. So women do, long story short, following your directive to make Annie wait, long story short, is women can be physical. I think women can just the way a man can see a baddie and be like, whoa. I do think women can see a man, no matter how much her man is putting it down. A woman can see a man and be like, whoa, and just in our society, it's always pumping out sex. Like the way we even wired to think now is all about sex. Like the greatest compliment you can pay somebody is to want to sleep with them, right? That's the age we're living in. So in that age, yeah, a woman will sleep around 10 feet on you, even if you're putting it down.
Hold on, wait, real quick. I'm going to go in order, but when you said the best compliment you could pay somebody is to say you want to have sex with them. The net chick are here real hard. What's a better compliment a guy can give you? That he don't know you. He don't know you.
Listen, in
real
Africa,
quick, just real quick.
In
no,
Africa,
see, you about to tell a story.
We have this saying in Africa: even mad naked women on the street get pregnant. So a man wanting to sleep with you doesn't mean anything. Men want to sleep with people.
Okay, a good-looking man, a man that you find attractive.
That's nothing. The best compliment is for you to compliment me as my mind, who I am. Because you wanting to sleep with me, or a man wanting to sleep with a woman, men want to sleep with that. That's not a compliment.
All right, okay. Let's look at it like this. If a man,
my bad.
Let's look at it like this. If a man, let's just say he saw you do something or figure something out, and he say, "Wow, you're really smart." Yeah, that'll make you feel good. A man just randomly called you smart. But what if he don't even say nothing to you? What if he minding his business? He ain't even trying to get your attention. He just see you walk by and he do a double take and just be like, "Damn." That will make your whole everything on the inside of you will explode 10 times more. You will feel 10 times. You will feel 10 times more like you the shit than what you will from that guy just saying, "Damn, girl, you really smart."
She's the person who said, I hate feminism because men don't flirt. Remember that? So
it's good for the ego. Even when Brett and when this the names have gone, when this Jada LaRue, you see, I remembered without the name, when Jada LaRue said to me, "Your dress is pretty," that made my ego go up. So it's got nothing to do with whether it's a guy or a woman. Everybody likes to get a compliment. That's normal. For a man wanting to speak with me, that's like a big deal. I know.
I don't know what Game Changer sharing, but you're trying to get the video taken down. Why are we looking at a lime green G screen?
No, hold on. There's a point here past the wobble, the biteable.
Oh, did she land on? Oh, I think she that was a little choppy. It don't look like she executed that split properly. Whatever she was trying to do.
So wait, this is a regular chick. That's her boyfriend.
Okay,
he's cute.
Who said? Okay,
and that's her boyfriend.
Wait, I'm trying to figure out who like face tattoo guys.
And that's her boyfriend.
Oh, she got multiple boyfriends. Simps.
And that's her boyfriend.
Baby.
And that's her boyfriend.
Oh, he got the crazy.
These don't look like boyfriends. They look like guys that date.
Wait up.
She got
there's another one.
All right. What point are you building towards here?
I like to analyze her psychological.
My point is that once she gets that itch, she gets a lot of scratching. Once chicks get that itch for multiple peni, they get a lot of scratching because she has the opportunity, because whatever she was doing with the bikini in the beginning. That's what I'm saying. That's why it's worse when women do it. I was just going back to that point.
No, but that's not normal for women.
Hold on, we gotta go in order. Go ahead, Brenda.
Okay, so I'll probably start off with this one. Actually, it's interesting because if anything, I could guess that she's been having the pretty girl privilege, and so she can manipulate these guys to definitely be bay number 1, 2, 3, 4, and they have no problem with it. They're simping for this pretty girl or whatever. And unfortunately, this is a new age, and this is everything. And just based on that one video, if anything, but it's basically because guys are visual creatures, and so they're like, oh yeah, I want some of that. So some females now, they're hot wired like that, and I have to definitely blame the feminism whenever it comes to birth control, because if they're using it, that means their hormones are compromised. Everything has been compromised because of something. And whenever it comes to the psychological aspect, you see let's say you, as a guy, you're taking care of your woman, including in bed, everything has been taken care of, but she still wants to step out. That's a character flaw, but mainly that's insecure type of, in my opinion, insecure type of thing. Like, I'm not satisfied. I'm gonna go look. I have an itch. I'm gonna go scratch it using somebody else. There's a reason why I'm using somebody else instead of, I have an itch. I have to figure out how to satisfy by myself. Everything is good. Why do I need to step out? Those are the questions that they should be asking before they step out of a relationship, if it's a monogamous relationship. But anybody who steps out of a relationship, it's because there's something that's missing, but they think that itch has to be scratched with somebody else penis. How to use Game Changers. And so whenever it comes to these, I don't know, with me it's just like, it goes, because I'm a health type of nerd and I love neuro, but it would just go back to healing. There's something that is not right psychologically. There's some sort of trauma. There's something that it causes these people to just go try to scratch this itch, but it actually starts from themselves. So all these guys want to scratch 100,000 itches. Hey, with women, y'all do y'all, but they're just gonna cause these women to continue having the same type of problems. I'm not gonna lie. And so if you're trying to settle with these women, I don't know. I mean, my significant other usually says like, all women are promiscuous. and I usually say, to back him up, I usually say like, men are responsible for women broken consciousness, because it's just a game. Like, it's a game that we are just playing, but everything is all about sex in this world now. So
men are responsible for a woman's broken consciousness. That sounds like I don't understand.
That's a different topic itself, but I'm gonna just let y'all marinate on that.
Yeah. And you'll be making a lot of normal points, and then you'll throw out some
random. Yeah.
You
have to think. I'll explain one day.
Yeah.
With my channel.
Cut it out.
I already have it written out.
Dabble babble.
For once, it's not the women's fault.
All right. We're gonna move on. But we're gonna go to
everybody's.
We're gonna go to Jada LaRue. You got the floor. You got the mic.
Okay, so don't beat me up, y'all. The conversations have been all around the room. Can y'all tell me what the original question is that you want me to answer?
Hell, I forgot at this point. We were on. Oh, if a woman is
a good guy,
no,
and he gives her everything in bed, will she still cheat?
No, you threw in a good guy.
Okay.
The question is, hold on, I got the question now. I got it now. If a woman, if a woman is being sexually satisfied, will she still cheat? Basically, the premise is that a woman won't cheat if the dude is hitting it right. But if she cheating, that's because you ain't hitting it right.
Okay, so I don't really know how to answer that one, honestly, because I don't cheat. So I don't have like any level to me that
none of the women on the panel ever cheated. Of course not.
I've never cheated.
I've never cheated. I've never looked at another guy. I don't, slide off and get phone numbers and let the guy say, well, do your man let you have friends? No, because my man is my friend. I'm good. Thank you, though. But so I can't completely answer if women will or will not. I think it's kind of case by case when it comes to that.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really, I can't really say a definite answer on that. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. No. Okay. Yeah, but no, I'm not gonna give too much more. I already gave my answer on that, so I know where I'm at with it. But I'll just go to Jackie. Jack, go ahead. You got it.
Okay, I'm just gonna say that I don't think proper penis game is gonna stop your woman from cheating. Yeah, I think for the most part it'll stop the majority of them from cheating, but there's gonna be a few women where that doesn't matter. They're gonna still cheat. So I don't think it's gonna definitely stop them. I think the highest percentage of a way to stop a woman from cheating is she has to be afraid to lose you.
She has to be what?
She has to be afraid to lose you. Like she has to think that if this goes wrong, I got nothing left. Like that's the only way.
That makes sense.
You can get the highest percentage of women that's not gonna cheat on their dude. They got to be afraid. Like if he ever finds out about this, or if I get caught, or if I can't control myself, then it's over, and I can't do anything. But I can't do better than this. That's the only way it's gonna stop them from cheating.
Yeah.
And what things make a woman afraid of losing a man, Jackie? Because you're correct.
Well, it's what he provides. So if he provides like a certain type of lifestyle, or he has like a certain type of personality that you can't easily replace him, and even if there's other guys like that, you don't have a chance with those guys because there's so many other women that's trying to get at those guys. So it's just like I gotta hold on to my dude because at least I got him. It's like I competed with a lot of women just to get here, and I got him now, and I'm not gonna let it go.
That's a solid answer. I think a lot of it still comes down to character. I don't like the idea, that there's some level I have to be at. And now that's the reason why, okay, she's not going to cheat. Okay, what if there's fluctuations in my life? When I fluctuate, okay, now she potentially fucking somebody else on the downward slope of that fluctuation. It's like that's why I look at it more of character, but that is true that if you have that bargaining, if you have that bargaining to her where she can't get that from, she feel like she has a lot with you. There's a lot to lose there, then that will make the girl who normally would be cheating say, I don't want to mess this up. So no, that you are definitely right on that. But all right, go ahead. Naked truth with naked truth. I'm trying to help you out because I enjoy you so much coming on the show, and everybody be attacking you. So I want you to, So I'm trying to be nice and do a commercial and say the name of your channel, the Naked Truth by Networld Views. That's the name of the channel. Subscribe at your own risk. But all right, go ahead. You got
it. Is 100% correct. If you know you will lose something, you won't leave. But bringing it away from just a good person, we're assuming you've got a good guy, you're assuming he's powerful, we're assuming he's providing and everything. But if he's also on top of that, giving you what you need in a bedroom, game over. Whoever it is comes to whisper in your ear, you don't want to hear anything about it. Just
all right. Let's not hold on. But real quick, before you go, I want to make him not be an outright superhero because let's just say if he's providing and doing everything for you, paying 100% of the bills, he checking every box and he hitting it right. Yeah, I get that. But just the premise of that, if a dude is just hitting it right, this has been put out there by a lot of people. A lot of women say it, and then there's the Steve Harvey and Derek Jacksons of the world to say that if a woman is getting good sex, she ain't gonna cheat. If she cheating, it must be because your sex ain't good. It's your fault. That's what gets put out there. I've always objected to that, But so what do you think with that I mean, no, you're the one that said it. That actually prompted the question. You said that if she's being sexually satisfied, she won't go anywhere. Let's just deal with that one.
And women want different things in life, right? If a woman is only looking for the sexual, and she meets somebody who's sexual and satisfying her, she's not interested in looking for anybody else because she's already got somebody who's doing the job properly. Okay. Now, if you meet a guy who is, which has happened to me, right? In between my marriage and my new relationship, I met a great guy. I mean, he was great in that area, right?
Did your hands go great? He was a great.
I saw that.
In that area. However, when it was all said and done, there wasn't much I could talk to him about because that was all he had, right?
You need mental stimulation. Yeah.
So after a while, you're thinking, well, actually, go home. Like,
I'm done with you.
But did that make you want to go find this great guy that you could talk to and have that type of emotional connection with, but then still go back to him to get the...
That's the difference. That's what I'm saying. I ended the relationship. That was all. And to this day, occasionally, hi, how you doing? No, not interested because there's more to life.
There's more to that. It was not that he. It's not that he just was only really, really good in bed. That means he was like probably not very intelligent at all. Maybe that he was kind of
different kind. So what I'm saying is, if it's just about sex. If a man is good in every other way, you've got a man that's good and he's also giving you good sex, you'd be stupid to leave if he's good at everything else. If you're
are we talking about leaving?
No, not leaving, to cheat. However, how did we get here? However, when it's a man, you could be throwing it up and giving everything and be a good woman and be good in bed and everything, but he still wants something different.
This is true.
I'm saying women are not wired to cheat when they're happy. Men,
and that's why I say if a woman is cheating, she's either unhappy or miswired, which is definitely a bigger red flag.
Yes. You gotta look at the psychological aspects.
And the majority of women nowadays are miswired.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of miswired women because of Grace Ford Antoinette feminism.
Yes. Yes.
Feminism teaches women to behave like men, and the way men behave is the way that young lady on that post that I just showed Bernard. If men had the options that young lady had, then we would behave the same way that she does. She's behaving like a young man with a woman's option.
No, she's got self-esteem issues. She's looking for validation, and
she got empty vagina issues.
Validation.
She's looking for penis.
With different men.
She's no, it is an issue. A woman behaving like a man is an issue, and it's an issue that feminism encourages. It's encouraging women to behave like men, and part of behaving like men is going out slinging vagina like a man would penis. That is the fault of feminism. It's your fault. It's your fault. You have misled this young woman's vagina. That is why the color of your dress is the same as her bikini. Y'all are in the same tribe. And you would say, and
my sister.
Yeah, exactly. Y'all in the same sorority of get penis. Exactly. Because y'all remember when she was like good for her? She left him for a better penis. Good for her. You see?
We didn't make you explain that good for her. Yeah. But before we go back to that, we Jada, you had your hand up.
Okay, yes. Because I know we were saying, if she's getting good pain or whatever, she most likely will not cheat, right? But I have to say that I was with a man who ended up having penile dysfunction issues. So Yeah, and I did not cheat. I didn't even look at another guy, not even Idris Elba, even though when I think about it now, it's like, man, I should have looked that man's way.
He ended up
But
having
nonetheless,
hold on, wait, time out. Hold on. You said he ended up having like during the relationship?
yeah, during the relationship, he had,
so the penis died while you were on the job. Like it was just playing. I'm sorry.
You know, to be honest, I'm thinking he possibly had that issue before, and
How
he
old was
just
he?
Yeah.
he's 51 now. So, and this was like only a couple of years ago. So I think he was having it already because he was saying little things before. And then he was like, he was like, it's great that I don't have this type of issue with you. But then as a couple of years went by, then it seemed like all of a sudden it wasn't working right. And I know I'm doing stuff. So what he did is he went back to taking pills, and instead of telling me he was taking pills before, it created a problem because I preferred he not take the pills. I mean, it's not like it wasn't stopping him from coming, and and I just knew how to still make sure that I can get him back up and things like that. So I studied on it. I figured out different ways to do stuff because I prefer that he not take, the pills. That could cause an issue for him.
Though?
Yeah.
I mean, were they working?
It's because of the side effects, the adverse effects.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me,
wait, don't answer for her, Brenda. It probably not for that reason. It probably because she probably just felt some type of way. Was it a self-esteem issue? Like did you feel like if him using those was a reflection on you and not whatever medical condition he had?
No, it wasn't on me because I know it exists. So would that mean that other women causes this problem? No. So I didn't think it was something personally for me. I just felt like because I knew he had a heart issue before, because I knew that his health eating wise was not good yet, I was like, you don't have to take these to be with me. I will figure out how to get you up. Don't worry about it. I will go and work all of these different things out. And it didn't become too much of a problem. It's just I think he started feeling like he was not enough. And I wasn't sure why, because I still treated him fully as a man. I still did everything that I usually like to do with a man. I don't just mean in the bed. I still completely treated him like a man. But I don't know, it was causing a couple of problems because he just felt like I probably was cheating because I was just still too happy to be with a man that had penis issues and we would have to stop randomly. And so, yeah. But I never cheated. I didn't look at another man or anything like that. So I don't think it has to do with if she's getting good sex. If she's into you, if she loves you, if she rides for you and she chooses better decisions over what it is that her kitty might be feeling for the moment just because somebody gave her a compliment or something, I think it's again a character thing. Either she's a cheater or not. So
and that's what I was getting at with the whole baddie comment.
So if you
I'm sorry, what happened?
So if you didn't leave, are you saying that if you didn't have self-esteem issues, which you said he may or may not have had, you're prepared to stay with him for the next 50 years?
Sorry, say that again. You said if he had, because it skipped out.
You said you were not prepared to leave him, but he couldn't deal with it. If he could deal with it, would you have stayed for 60 years and never cheated? Be honest.
Absolutely, because I'm not a cheater.
Yeah, if she's a ride or die.
I'm more into a man and his mind and how I feel.
I don't believe you, my darling. I really.
You ain't gotta believe me, baby, because I'm not dating you, so it's okay.
You're gonna leave without penile action in there for the next.
She worked through it. She was working through it.
We were still having sex. I'm still looking at everything and everything. So
other things, right? Okay, if other things are good, then that's fine.
You see,
that's why we
it's not like I was not getting. It was not that I was not getting penis. It was that it would go down sometimes, and I would have to make that thing happen back again to where he can still keep going full throttle. So it's not like I was not getting pain. And even if so, see, my mindset says anything can happen to my man, and he may not be able to give me the peeing anymore, which I like peeing more than tongue. But the problem is this: am I going to get rid of the whole man because his peeing doesn't work, or he's in a car accident and he's now in a wheelchair and that thing doesn't work? I'm still going to make sure that I'm riding and flying with my man, because I don't believe in ride and die. But I'll ride and fly with my man as long as he is good to me, because that's what attracts me. So,
Hey, so
I don't have a
All right.
cheater's mindset.
All right, go ahead, Game Changer. You was trying to jump in.
well, I want to get the notion out that it's a really lopsided way to look at it, because women don't actually get peen, they give box. I think that misconception is why people like Annette exist. It is. They think like, ooh, I'm getting peen. You don't get peen, you give box. Why is your sexual pleasure so damn important? It's I don't understand that. And I do have a question to the ladies. Because I'm curious, does the pill, when applied to a regular guy, does it help with recovery time? Recoup time?
I don't.
What
I
pill?
don't think guys are as honest about if they take the pills or not. So I can't really give that answer.
Oh no, I took it.
There's some
wouldn't
guys
tell.
that take it and they not honest.
No,
Yeah,
I took several.
If I did, I wouldn't tell nobody. She just gonna think I'm a superhero. I don't, whatever.
Until your heart gives out.
No, I'll be the guy to say that that I took it. I took it in the Dominican to.
Then why you ask the women? You could have just told a personal testimony.
No. Because here's what I'm getting at, Bernard. I don't know if what I bought was
actually.
Yeah, exactly. I bought it off the street. I bought it off of a shady guy on the street.
Hell.
To help with recovery time. But I don't really feel like it helped much with recovery time. So that's why I'm asking, did I take a placebo? Is what I was asking.
But the thing about sex, which I talk about a lot, well, not a lot, sometimes on my channel, is I think a lot of men think that sex is just about the penis. The penis is just...
It's a tool.
20% of sex. You can actually do so many other things to make a woman happy, even if the penis is not working. Right? You can do many things like that. And even men as well can get pleasure in so many other ways, even without.
We really can. No, it's the penis.
Whoa, time. Yeah, go ahead, Rod.
It's just the penis. That's the only way we get pleasure.
No, but if they've got ED, they can still make themselves ejaculate, even if it's not hard.
How? My point is,
how?
I've seen it.
You can.
How?
I was a nurse. I've seen it.
How?
If they touch it, it still comes out. It's just that it doesn't get hard.
Yeah, it's just stays.
It may not get hard.
It doesn't.
I don't know about these things. These poor people.
See it as a nurse.
Hold on, wait. The only reason. Hold on, wait. Time out. Only reason I was asking for clarification.
Seen that?
I beg your pardon?
What kind of nurse were you that you seen that? Huh?
Yeah, because when you do your nurse training, part of the 3-year training, you get to go to different specialties for 8 weeks. And so in the 8 weeks,
jacking off soft penises?
Genitourinary medicine, which is about sexual health. Yeah, we saw a lot of that.
Wait. Oh. Why? So you sat and watched as a guy masturbated with a soft penis? A lot of times.
You ask them, like when they come for the clinic and they've got ED, their questions you ask, do you get hard in the morning? Because if a man gets hard in the morning, it means that the blood supply is still working. If you don't get hard at all first thing in the morning, then we know we need to check your heart. We need to check your circulatory, whether you have blood pressure problems. Sometimes it could be your blood pressure medicine. But a lot of guys, we ask them, do you still, this is just a health education talk.
Yeah.
We ask them, are you still able to make yourself ejaculate on your own, even when it's not hard? And some men can. Now, if a man cannot, then he's got a real deep problem.
Okay, now I thought that you were going down a completely different route, and I just wanted to make sure that we wasn't talking about that stuff. So that's why I was ready to pull the plug on that conversation. I thought we was going. Huh?
What stuff?
Well, when you
Nothing.
said there are
Nothing.
other ways that a man could be satisfied other than the penis, and Rod was like, no. And then when you started talking, I was ready to drop you
I
down.
got scared.
Yeah, so I wasn't alone there. I was the only one that thought she was talking about some other stuff.
Maybe some rimming or something going on.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm focused for a second. There you go. Just keeping it real.
So that's why I was with Rod when Rod was like, no, the penis is our only sexual organ. Nothing else. It ain't nothing else being ain't nothing else being stimulated over here.
No, the point I was making about the whole with the women cheating thing, my bad, I had to step out. When the point I was making about the baddie is that it depends, because like people who get a lot of sexual attention tend to like devalue it. Like after a while, it's like, well, of course you want to fuck me. Everybody wants to do me, I should say. And that those types of women, believe it or not, they it's seeing a hot guy, is not gonna like inspire them to cheat. Usually, they have issues where, for them to like, when they really get comfortable with a man, they're not going anywhere. You'll see baddies with dudes who are like not on their level in terms of attractiveness. And they won't leave those dudes and usually won't cheat on them. But I would say all people can cheat. And in our day and age, most people do cheat or have cheated overwhelmingly. So,
all right, real quick. J-Lock in the building.
I can cheat. I just don't feel like it.
Yeah. That's
it's a lot of work to cheat. I'm not gonna lie.
Hold on. It's not for women. I don't think it's a lot of work. Like y'all could.
That's true.
It may, okay, depending on how you set up or what it may be a lot of work for you to just get yourself in the rhythm of doing it, but the actual act of making it happen, like you could order some dick, like some pizza. Like you got, like if you're a woman, you can order it in and have it there in 5 minutes. So that part is not hard.
As if men cannot. I mean, in my view, I thought that men just get women.
They can, some can, but that's not the norm.
It takes some work. It take a lot of going out and striking out and getting some phone numbers, and then you meet up, you go out for drinks, and it don't jump off, and then you go back out and get some more numbers, and then you could do a bunch of swiping, and you might meet up with somebody, you might not, and then eventually, you'll get something jumping off with one person, and then if you stick with it, then over time you could, build up a little rotation. But again, you have to take to it like a part-time job. And there's some guys that don't got to put in that much time and effort. But I know when I had me a little mini rotation going on, it was to the point where I was, looking back at it, I was unproductive. Like I did my time. I put my time in at work, but the rest of my free time was, was in pursuit. It just what it is. So
if you work at a call center or some type of area where there's a lot of women, it can be easy for men to cheat. Usually that's not the case.
Yeah, if you're in a
always looking for the number 10s. I
worked at a call center. Sex wouldn't happen like that at the call center, was it?
I know the call center. Okay, listen, the call center at my here in my city, the call center that a lot of people work at is it's basically entry level. You just got to be able to type a certain amount of words per minute. It's easy to get into. If you graduated high school, chances are you can get into that call center. They don't pay a whole lot. It's like 500 people that work there. The turnover rate is real high, so damn near everybody in the city has worked there. Everybody I know that has worked there said it'd be so many. The women, it's almost like a college campus damn near, because the women outnumber the men at the call center. So the guys who get it in there, some of them, they be getting it in the parking lot on the lunch break. It be going down at the call centers, like
there's
flat
a
out.
lot. It's like a college campus with older women who are like out of shape and got kids.
It was only at factories and women who were nurses assistants or something that really was putting in work. I didn't know it was the call center women.
Oh, the call.
I guess I was too busy on the phone.
The factory. the factory women, they be getting down with coworkers too, but that's where it's flipped around, where even if it's a union plant, it's like 80% men, 20% women. So then the dynamic is just a small percentage of men getting it in with all the women. But for the guy that, if he really want to be a rock star, getting some little some entry level call center that got like 75% female staff, yeah, he'll that guy can clean up. But in general, for the most part, you know, and you know, I wasn't a bad looking dude when I was out there. You know, I had to put in some work.
You're not bad looking at all.
Yeah, I mean, I know that's sort of the point, though. I had some success out there, but it wasn't just walking out there snapping my finger and they came run. I had to get on the hunt. That's all I'm saying. Like, guys, even a decent looking guy still gotta get on the hunt and put in some work.
Especially if you have standards, because then it's rare. It's still rare to find.
Yeah. Sometimes it was some times where I lowered it down quite a few.
Oh, we all do.
Yeah, so you know, it wasn't because it wasn't.
Time.
I've already told all my horror stories, but it wasn't because I was just holding out for 8s, 9s, and 10s. But no, it wasn't that. Tan in the building with the super chat. He says, "You ain't gonna be riding nothing if a man in." You ain't gonna be riding nothing if a man in a wheelchair on ride.
I didn't say I was riding him in the wheelchair. I just said if he's in a wheelchair, I am still okay with still being with the man. That was her question. So I can still be with that man because I'm with the man for more than just his peen, but I do like sex. So there's other ways to figure out that moment.
Had that wheelchair getting scooted all around the house. You didn't roll it.
It's easy to say because you're not in that situation, but I'm telling you.
Look, I'll continue to try and figure out how to get that thing back working. I can't let them just sit there. So I'll figure it out. Okay, it ain't nothing but time.
You will go out. When you're really in that situation, everybody thinks they're an angel until they see life. And then you realize.
Well, she dealt with it. The dude had issues. She's not, she's talking about.
No, I'm saying she didn't. They didn't stay together. I'm saying that most women that I know who are in that situation do go out and either they're doing something with the driver or they're doing something with somebody. They never let the man know. They never disrespect their husband. They don't leave the marriage, but they do because whether we like it or not, men like sex. Women can stay long periods, but there will come a stage where you will feel like you're going crazy. And if your husband doesn't give you sex for a prolonged period of time, most women will eventually step out.
Yes. Jada is a unicorn. Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm. As long as I'm not included, so it's okay. Because for me, and again, I didn't decide that, it was too much for me. It's just it was just too many accusations. And because I'm a good woman, I'm not going to sit with somebody and be stressed out because he's over here thinking that I'm cheating because he got an issue. So that's why that broke off. Otherwise, I would have stayed with him. It didn't kill me much because first of all, allow me to say this. I am a woman who I do not masturbate. So I don't use toys and stuff. I'm also a woman who I don't watch porn and everything like that. So when I get with a man, before I can even really start feeling his fingers or his peen or tongue or whatever, I'm already turned on. I'm already wet. I'm already ready to go. A lot of times I come very quick and I come back to back. I'm pretty simple in the bedroom. So that's why it's easier for me to be able to appreciate and stand by a man very easily. If he's the right type and it's the one that I want, I'm very easily able to stand by him no matter what it is that he's going through. As long as what he's going through does not make me unhappy where I have to sit and feel like I'm being punished. So getting the pain does not feel like it's punishment or not, or I should say lack of, because of what he's going through. But if he was to do stuff like, say I can't get the pain, so he has no issues, but I can't get the pain, that would be a problem. So, I mean, that would be the difference. But who's not going to give me the pain? So
I just looked through all my drops and I just figured out I gotta get one for when I think a woman is lying. I didn't have nothing I could click on to reflect.
as a woman to woman,
I'm built different.
I call cap on that, but
it's okay.
No, I believe data. Okay,
I realize that that's not something that happens.
Different. You're built regular. It's all the other women that are built.
Yeah.
You're like
okay.
Yeah.
So there we go. Because see, they grow me a bit different. They grow me a bit normal where I come from. So
I just find it funny that Annie when she told her story about how, you know, when she was married and she was faithful and her husband was out doing what he was doing with other women, and she
was giving me what I need.
And I know, but hold on, but no, you said you didn't care because you was like, I'm a mother, I'm raising my children, I don't even have time to worry about those other women. So it's like when Annie stunted on how good of a woman she was, everybody's supposed to believe it. Then another woman try to stunt on how good of a woman she is, and Annie like, oh, I don't believe that shit.
We're talking about sex. If he was giving me sex, and in fact, you know, he's never not giving me what I wanted sexually. If he wasn't, I would start to think twice.
All right, we're gonna move on.
Jada is a unicorn. Asterisk. Yeah. Jada is a unicorn if what she's saying is the truth. She's a unicorn.
No, yeah, I'm cracking jokes. I'm not out to try to prove or disprove.
Thank you.
Yeah, because there's something
I've lived the same basic life all my life, and I mean, y'all can ask different people from my past all the way up to currently now. The way that I think about how I treat men, how I deal with men, what sex means to me, et cetera, it has not changed. And it could be brought on by what I was raised up in. So I witnessed a lot of different stuff that makes me feel like there's things that I don't want to do, what I respect and won't respect. Right. So, I mean, it's okay if you don't believe me, because I'm not dating you. So.
No, I look at it like this. Like, no, I'm not out to prove. I'm not out to prove if any woman's story is true or false. I'm just gonna crack some jokes and we gonna move on. It ain't that big of a deal. I care more about talking about discussing the ideas rather than not trying to. Let me interrogate this woman on her personal life. I don't care that much about that. That ain't where I'm at with it. That's
more. Jada, I wasn't trying to attack you personally. I'm just saying in general, women can wait a year, maybe 2, but after 2 years, if there's been no action, it would take her a lot longer, but after a while, she will break. That's just real.
I abstained from sex for 4 years and also 3 years in my lifetime. So I would think that I can go beyond that time if that's what it takes. Again, I have different views on how those type of things should go. So, and I think saying that other women or some or majority of other women are a certain way only feeds the stereotype of what they say about women. So instead of acting like women can't do something and giving them the ability to be like, well, they say I can't do it, so I might as well go ahead and do what I want to do anyway. If we just more so be examples, then other women will fall in line, and then men will go ahead and do their thing. And maybe we might get back to where we're supposed to be at, instead of just thinking that sex is going to rule everything. Maybe for the men, but I mean like for the women.
We're not saying sex. I went to school with 600 women. I went to school with 600 women for 6 years in a boarding school. So we talk, right? So we're not saying rules, but we know that you can wait for a year or 2 if your husband has a problem. But the truth is, even your own husband knows after year 2, girl, I know that I've not been giving this thing because I'm sick and he will even tell you, if you need to go and do ABC, just don't bring the family into disrepute.
Where are these women? I've never been with women have never waited more than 2 days. I don't know what y'all
because of birth control. I'm telling you, because I have to attest to the same thing with Jada. The time that I was on birth control and I got off, I went 4 to 5 years without, because I biblically speaking, one way, and then
you said you went 4 to 5 years without
having sex, or even because of self-control. Even if the guy,
no, you're only 25. How old are you?
Yeah, I'm 26, and so but during college,
your adult life.
Exactly.
The majority of our adulthood. Yeah.
So that's why I was like, I totally understand her, because like the thing is with birth control, like it messed up my hormones where I wasn't really stimulated. So it's a lot of the birth control really affected women. And actually, that's the thing I don't, unfortunately, as a healthcare advocator, yes, safety, but watch, like read, study everything about birth control, because that changed the whole trajectory about how women are actually now are going out there and just acting like men type of ideal. So whenever I got off, I was like, something is wrong. So I ended up getting my blood tested. I have a whole little story with that, etc. But I ended up doing I mastered self-control type of thing. So whenever I was actually ready to go look, I'm very I was very selective, and so like I didn't want to run up that that body count. I didn't want to do any of that. So most of mine started intellectually. Like you have to intellectually stimulate me before you can even like do anything, and then from there. But it's hard, but it should be. Yeah, get your hormones checked for male and female. If you have erectile dysfunction, or you think you're about to, guys, go get your hormones checked to figure out what kind of foods, exercise y'all need to be doing. But also, I ended up investing into like working out. That's the time that I actually started working out more. So now I started stabilizing my own hormones through working out, dieting, and etc. And so I ended up now kind of mastering. Okay, I can do this in this way. And so I ended up realizing some of my wires are crossed, because I would realize whenever I'm angry at my dude, I'm turned on at the same time. I was like, that's not normal. But anyway, that's a whole another story. So
Right.
it's that wiring is actually a true statement type of thing. So
well, this just stumbled
that's
me
why
into another
guys
question.
are always
I was going to throw it to y'all
confused.
to see if y'all had any questions. We probably can wrap this up in about 20 minutes. But the Ainge A and everything that you just said just brought me to another question. Says when she said I got a blood clot on birth control. Now listen, do y'all think, I'm gonna start with the men on this one. Do y'all think that a lot of women be over exaggerating and or telling birth control horror stories just because they don't want to be on it? For whatever reason, they don't want to be on it.
I believe
It's like, when I was on birth control, my left big toe swell up. Like I'm gonna get you, like the I'm gonna get you sucker movie. Like they be telling all kind of stories like that. Like I mean, so is it part? Go ahead, Game Changer. Do you think that's because they really just don't want to be on it for whatever reason? Go ahead.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think that they just don't would rather not be on birth control, and I think that sometimes it's cap. Really, most things that they say about their fertility is because they want to get pregnant. So they'll say something like that. But there's a lot of that going on. I've heard I'm allergic to condoms.
Condoms.
I heard that.
Yeah, I've heard that.
That is a real thing.
It's a latex
That's
allergy.
an extraordinarily rare thing.
They
That's
can't
an
put on
extraordinarily
latex
rare
gloves.
thing for somebody.
Yeah, because I
lot of
can't wear
women
latex.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm agreeing.
No,
yeah.
I mean
Like you said,
it's an
real.
extraordinarily
Yeah.
rare thing that people are allergic to latex. If so, doctors would use different gloves. Come on now.
They do.
And they've
So
changed
yeah, I
the way
mean,
they make them as well. So
That's why they
the
changed
quality
it.
is so much reduced.
Yeah.
But I do
Because if
think
you
that
know the DNA, they had to tell me that.
They've changed.
I do believe that those birth control pills mess with them because, like, bringing it back to church, the Lord. The fact of the matter is, when you taking that stuff, man, you messing with your body's hormones and chemistry and all that. So yeah, I can see. I mean, look at what the government was just trying to force us to do. Then come to find out, shout out Spiritual Logic, aka Hope, the thing had them the 2,500 side effects or something like that. It's like, bro, I do believe now when it comes to the condoms. Thank you, Theo. What it really is,
Baby, they
when it
like
comes
it
to-
raw.
Yes.
Not only
Baby,
Oh,
you like
baby,
it
they like it
raw.
raw. They like it raw.
Theo,
Shout out
everybody likes raw meat.
It feels better.
I don't like raw meat.
Oh.
I
Okay,
do
so
not like raw
listen.
meat.
Have more
for the record.
nutrients.
That's why
There
you
are
got
a lot of problems.
to make sure it's clean before you start eating it.
So listen, when it comes to birth control, there are a lot of side issues, and the reason why it's considered different things are considered rare is because it triggers different things in different women's bodies based on what could be receptive or dormant in their bodies. So that's where that comes in at. Some women get bigger. Some women breasts get larger, hips get larger. They gain tremendous weight without even trying. Like their same eating habits and everything are the same, but their bodies are getting larger. But might I say to this is that if mothers taught their daughters to be less promiscuous in their younger years, they wouldn't have to worry about birth control, because it's really the mothers who throw birth control on their daughters as early as middle school and high school, when they should just be telling them about other stuff. So when they started introducing birth control to young ladies that early, that messes up with their growth cycle. And so that's why a lot of the younger generation people are witnessing so much more issues, especially since birth control companies don't even have as much red tape as other different things that you get used to for your body. So that's just my thought. If mothers taught their daughters to practice abstaining and also practice wearing condoms rather than not, women would come out a far better deal than what it is now. I worked in the school system. I can't tell y'all how many times there's girls that are feeling like because they're on birth control, what's the sense of wearing condoms? Their mindset is they not gonna catch it that early. You know, any STDs, STIs, they're not gonna catch that early. And then they're walking around with all sorts of different issues going on. So furthermore, again, just try to teach your daughters to be less promiscuous, less easy to give up their cookies right away.
I don't think it's only the girls. I've got 3 sons and I've got one daughter.
The boys. We know the boys. I'm just talking about the girls when it comes to birth control.
The boys and the girls how to have sexual discipline. I teach the boys and the girls about sexual health. So it's not only girls that need to be taught. You're right, girls need to be taught, but it's very important that we understand that girls and boys need to be taught how.
I will agree with that. I'm just only stating when it comes to the birth control. Oh, I'm sorry.
And the men.
I'm sorry. I didn't know you were still talking. It looked like you paused.
Oh, I was saying even the men need to know about birth control too, because they don't want to go around having babies that they don't want and being stuck on child support. I've told my boys, you don't want to end up paying for 18 years for a child that you don't live with. So make sure you don't make one until you're ready.
Right.
Because all right, going to Jackie. Hold on, going to Jackie Jack before we bounce it around.
About the birth control.
Yeah, are y'all making up stories about how your left titty fell off when you was on birth control? Y'all making those stories up just because y'all like it raw? Okay.
No, I mean, coming from like personal experience, like me getting on a certain birth control turned my life upside down. I was on bed rest for like a good month.
Yeah, like I said, your left titty
pounds.
fell off. Okay, all right.
No, I'm serious. It throws all of your hormones out of whack. You're moody, all of this stuff. I went through the stage of getting through the process of, adapting to it because I knew how important it was, but it was rough adapting to the birth control. Like, I'm fine now, but getting through that beginning stage was rough.
Yeah. No, real talk, I'll say this. When they finally get some male birth control that makes it through the FCC standards or whatever it got to do, FDA, whatever. Yeah, if it come with a little, bring on the side effects. They
got birth control for men.
Condoms. Pulling out.
For men.
You're talking about bed control. What about STD control? Because the pill is not going to stop you from catching a disease. Yeah. So everybody should be using condoms. Here we go. But everybody should be using condoms or getting tested.
Yeah, no. I was talking about in the form that women do. Like, I got pills and patches and all kind of weird stuff I don't even know about. But no, I was just saying if they get something like that for men, then I'll be all for it. Real quick, let me read some super chats. Sound like Game Changer was trying to jump in and ask a question. But shout out to Cole Steele. He says, do women lose their sex drive as soon as their man promises strict monogamy? I think he was referring back to what we were talking about, how y'all are more attracted to that dude that y'all think is like how y'all want the player that don't cheat. You know, if he just giving all that good guy energy, I get turned off by him. I think that's more or less what he's asking. Shout out to you. Appreciate the super chat. We'll try to circle back to that one. There was another question I wanted to circle back to. All the questions I said I'm going to get to or circle back to, I will get to them. We'll probably end the show just hitting questions real quick. Snuggles in the building. She says, "You know what time it is, Bernard. We are tired of seeing the puppy pound." Snuggles.
Hi, I'm Snuggles.
Even though I think because I found out on good authority that you're actually a dude and you've been trolling us pretending to be a woman all this time. I think I don't know. I don't know if it's true. I don't know if
Did
it's
Snuggles
true.
ever say that Snuggles was a woman?
We thought she was. Somebody thought they figured out that she was, and then we all just accepted it and said it, and then she just never confirmed or denied it. So see, I'm calling her she still. Okay, they just went along with it because right now we got to give her they them pronouns because we don't know what she is. They just went along with it, so we don't know what's going on. Black Wolf in the building says feminism is cancer, eradicate the disease now. Shout out to Black Wolf. Shout out what is that? K Poro 504 says shout out from the cheap seats. I'll catch the replay. Absolutely. I already did J Lock and Tan, and my man Son is hot around the building. He says, notice how all these birth controls only affect black women, but rarely do I hear non-black women say anything negative about birth control.
They do. They just don't.
Hold on.
Yeah, they just.
Right.
You see, yeah, it's.
we don't got to delve into that. I generally accept they have a lot of the same similar problems with it, and we'll
they start young too.
Yeah. All right. BL in the building. Shout out to BL. He says, "I'm not going to lie, BR. If a woman says she allergic to condoms or birth control, I let her know she's allergic to me. LOL." Hey, I'm with you on that. Shout out to nope, that's it on the super chat. So go ahead, Game Changer. You got it.
Well, you don't have to do that. They have synthetic condoms. They're actually real good. They're actually real good. They're real thin and they're durable, but they're expensive. Very, very expensive. Mm-hmm. So yeah, but you pull those out and you see their reaction. And then you'll know if she was serious, if she's seriously allergic to condoms. Right. Yeah. Yeah. There's a polyurethane, but there's one that's better, like polyprene or something like that. I only used it like once on an allergic to condom chick, but it was great.
And also, I don't know if whenever you ever hear KS say men do not date a woman with who's on birth control. Do y'all understand why? Why he says that?
He said don't date
Kevin Samuel.
Yeah, Kevin Samuel.
He said don't date
men
a woman.
Do not. Yeah, that is on birth control.
Okay, why did he say that? Because that don't make sense.
Because it changes the pheromone. Their pheromone. So there are a couple of studies, but a woman who's on birth control, the moment that they actually meet you, and they're attracted to you, the moment that she gets off of birth control and she actually does not get attracted to you. There is a scientific reason behind it, but I learned all this in 2015 thanks to my professor, botany professor, but he told us exactly how to be smart. Go have children with men who are athletically built, but settle for a man who is a simp. Way before all this terminology was even created. Let's just say I knew too much about birth control. That's why I did let me get off. Boom, 5 years. More on that. Well, but there is a reason why KS does that. Kevin does that. Mm-hmm.
That's why I wanted to ask you this, Brenda. Does a woman get like a certain jolt to libido in her 30s or 40s? Because I think I think that's something that women say to sell over young.
Annette, you full of it. She gonna say they get a jolt of libido in their 40s.
And so it depends on her hormone levels. Actually, it depends if she's getting out, even with them. What is it called? Menopause, etc. So it depends on what kind of hormones she's on. but HRT might be the thing that she's on, hormone replacement therapy, because it does give you that high libido if they're not feeling anything.
When you say joker libido, what are you talking about? You mean high sex drive?
So women
high
say,
sex
women,
drive, yeah.
So
The libido
women like
is a
to
high
rumor.
sex.
Women like to rumor that they hit their sexual peak at 44 or some crap like that.
In their 40s, yeah.
I think that is cap, huh?
It's true.
No, it is not true.
It's true.
It is not true. No, women hit their sexual
woman,
peak. Women hit their sexual peak when they're 16, sneaking out the father's window trying to get some penis.
No, that's the excitement. The dopamine is like, oh, it's gonna be exciting. That's why they.
Okay, hold on. Let's try to.
minds.
I never heard nobody adequately explain this. I just thought it was something that women said in their
it's true.
vagina, in
They
their
say that
vagina
to sell
vision,
you old
in their
vagina. That's
in
why
their
I asked,
vagina vision media magazines. They
Exactly.
say stuff like that. So I'll let Annette try to explain
It's
it.
true. It's true.
Go ahead and try to explain it.
I can't explain it, but it's just true.
Annette.
We'll come back with that. We'll have the whole
How come
section.
everything else is medical this, medical that? Everything else is
Andy.
medical this, medical that. But
Andy,
then
let
when
me
you
ask
ask
you
her
this.
about the medical sexual peak,
Listen,
she's like, no, I can't
tell you.
explain it. It just is.
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
Jeez, let me finish a sentence already.
All right, go for it.
Now, when you're in, thank you, Game Changer, and I love you so much. But what I was gonna say is, when you're in your 20s and you're having babies, and you're in your 30s and you're like raising babies, that tends to take over like a lot of your time and energy and blah blah blah. And technically, if you have your children early, by the time you get to your 40s, your children are a lot older, and you're now settling down into your own. Is when you begin to know what you really like in life, and for some reason, every woman, because I talk to women a lot, not just at work, in nursing, not just and it's a thing. Go and read about it on the research. In your 40s, you suddenly develop the libido of a bunny rabbit. You basically want to have sex all the time. And this is without any hormones, without any help. And then when you get to like your 49, 50, it's almost like that, your estrogen levels start to drop, and then your libido starts to wane. And that's when people then go back to HRT, which Brenda was talking about, and then that just takes it back up again.
Well, let me ask you this, Annie. Why?
Can I respond right quick? Okay. Thank you. The reason why I feel it's cap is several. Well, for one, what you described was a very specific set of events where, the woman had children in her 20s, but it's not necessarily women who had children in their 20s that state that there is an increased libido. There are women who, So I think that the entire enterprise is capped to make older women more appealing to men in general. Now, and here is one of the main things. How come fellas who have been married for, say, 20 years, they never say, oh, all of a sudden out of nowhere, my wife hit her peak and things just got spectacular. It's always the single women saying, oh, yes, I'm in my peak. You're not in your peak. You just want to compete with the 19-year-old, so you made up an imaginary peak. So a 30-year-old man would go 10 years higher than 10 years lower. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Admit it. Yeah.
I love it when he goes, yes, you did. Yes, you did. I know what
it does sound.
You're thinking better than you.
Why would God do that? Why would God or why would Darwin make it to where a woman is most sexual when she is least fertile? That doesn't make evolutionary or theological sense. It doesn't. It's cap. It's cap.
Go on Google and do the research.
Google is full of people, women who lied about crap like that. Google is full of women who lied about crap like that. And Wikipedia. These chicks go on there trying to tell all the JJ and
argue like you. It's true. It's medical fact.
But Andy, you said it's a medical. Hold on, wait. You said it's a medical fact, and then I said, "But how do you know?" He's like, I don't know. It's just true. It's true because I want it to be true.
And Brenda, And Jackie and Jada, when you get there in 20 years' time or whatever it is, you're gonna look back at this memory and you're gonna say, shit, she was right.
Annie,
I'm looking forward to it.
I'm already 40.
Just what?
I'm already 40.
You think you're Randy now? Wait till you get to your 40s.
Okay, and let me ask you this.
I'm already 40. I'm already in my 40s.
Well, wait. And your sex drive has not changed?
My sex drive is the same that it's always been.
Aha.
So you're an anomaly.
Well, when I am with a mate and we're having sex, I like sex all the time.
This is hold on, wait, real quick.
Doesn't mean you're cheating or going with men, but your libido does go.
This sounds like Cosmos magazines trying to sell the post-divorce second
Has
hope
nothing to do
age
with
to 40-year-old women.
Has nothing to do with it. Has nothing to do with it. See, this is why all the goofy stuff starts.
40-year-old men.
All right, hold on. We gotta
decline.
It depends on the
Can you
satisfaction.
hear me, Bernard?
I can hear you, OG. Yeah, because they say men decline at 40, women hit their drive at 40. So women should be going to get the young dude. They're trying to flip the world upside down.
In looks, but sexually they start to decline. It's got nothing to do with looks. Men.
Yeah, we know, but we.
All right,
but sexually. Just one quick question, Bernard. Sexually, for one quick point, sexually, physiologically, do women get produce more viscosity, to quote mediocre tutorial reviews?
In their 40s.
You try to say they get more moist?
They get more.
Don't lie. Like you getting ready to paint a car or something, talking about viscosity.
Well, a woman getting moist it's not always to do with her age. It's just
stop the cap.
All right, we're gonna.
Hey, Bernard, this is why y'all always think I'm caping for women.
Hold on, time out. We gonna throw it to OG. I'm put the kick OG off the panel fee at 99 cents. So go ahead, hurry up.
Oh hell no! You get.
I'm just playing. You got it. Go ahead and rock out.
See this. Hey Bernard, this is where all the goofy shit comes in at, and this is why I say men don't have a clue about women's body. This is real. See, number one.
Prove it. No. Lay out the evidence.
I'm gonna prove it to you. Very simple.
Go ahead.
All right. Men take birth control when they can't afford the hormones to be transsexuals. They grow breasts, the hips get different, all that stuff. So when you start messing with the hormones of a woman with birth control pills, there's study after study after studies. And a lot of birth control companies have been sued. And let's just take this. Even when most black women don't use tampons due to the fact that it causes problems. Okay? No, I'm just telling you about how the woman's body. This is what I'm saying. Most guys, I can ask right now without looking it up.
You can convince us on the birth control. You ain't gonna take the tampons away.
Right. I'm telling you.
Don't take my tampons away.
Look, I'm telling you.
Take them bags.
Wait. I'm telling you.
Exactly. A bunch of cats coming
80% of black women would never ever stick a tampon in their body. Because they know what's happening. They know exactly what's happening. Let me show. I'm gonna show you an experiment right now. You say you want me to prove something. I'm gonna show you an experiment right now.
Prove that
I don't want nobody to Google. I want every male in the chat room right now. Tell me how many days out of a month in a cycle can a woman get pregnant? Give it to me right now. Don't Google it now.
2 or 3 days.
It's like a 5-day period. Something like that.
2 or 3 days. Something like that.
Yeah, it's around 4.
Everybody in the chat. I'm showing you how much they don't know about a woman's body.
Okay, I want whatever.
Okay, it's 6 days.
I said.
I'm gonna help him out.
Real quick. Come on, OG. Come on, act like you can. All right, we gotta do it. There's too many people in here. I gotta do the. All right. Act like you can hear me when I'm talking. All right.
I didn't hear you.
I want to get to the point of proving this notion that at 40. That the woman's libido or sex drive or whatever goes up. I want to get to proving that. I will agree that when it comes to the birth control and all of the stuff that men don't take, we don't know. And so I that's why I said I'm willing to give ground on that one, but prove this other stuff. That's what I want you to prove.
All right. Just before the woman gets to go into the change of life, all right, that usually, now studies have shown that women menopause.
Okay.
Before the pause.
Okay. All right. I'm trying to talk to you in layman's term because a lot of this information go twist people's ass up in the first place. Not the women, because they've been taught this. Okay. Just before she get an extra boost due to the fact is getting lesser eggs that she has to release. All right. Our women are born with a certain amount of eggs when they're born. Some doctors say 600. Some of them say close to a couple thousand. They're not really sure on that. But as the eggs reduce, the hormones are still there. So the hormones are still there, not doing the same job it was doing previously. That's why the woman gets a boost. And not only do she get a boost, you can tell in her body change. And I'm not talking about somebody sitting in a damn home.
Oh wait, hold on, wait. Okay, time out. I think you may have. Okay, so what you're saying is during that brief period between dead eggs, no more eggs, and menopause, it's like a little grace period where her hormones is doing all kind of crazy stuff, and that might manifest itself in her being a little hornier.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. How much time normally goes between that time of dead eggs, the eggs died, and menopause? How much time goes in between that?
Believe it or not, a lot of this stuff, Bernard, depends on a woman's diet. Believe it or not.
Roughly.
See, we don't
roughly. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Before you get into it, roughly.
He's correct, Bernard. He is.
No, I'm conceding points. I'm just trying to say roughly.
It could be from anywhere. I would say it could be anywhere from 4 to 10 years, just before she have the change of life. All right, that's when she go through the hot flashes and all the other stuff starts to happen to her.
Can we just get a number on average? What age do they go?
I would say around about 40s. It could be 30. Let me tell you something. And then this is why
you said menopause starts at about 40.
Let me tell you something, Bernard.
Okay. Hey, go G. It's like you're not listening to my question.
I'm listening to you, but these questions are hard to answer now, Bernard, because you know why? Because we're starting to eat artificial food that has hormones in already from animals. So women are going through the change of life now, even earlier.
Okay.
All studies will show women are going through the change of life now earlier versus the 50 years old. Okay.
Okay. So it used to the menopause used to start at about 50.
50.
Yes.
About 50. Okay. At what age did the eggs used to normally die? About what age?
Well, usually what happens to women, they'll start missing periods or they'll have 2 periods in the same month. And then that's when it starts to happen.
About
40.
Age?
I said 40.
Okay. All right. So it's normally a 10-year grace period between.
It's not. Libido goes up.
It's normally a 10-year grace period between eggs dying and menopause. And that 10-year grace period normally starts at about 40, and from 40 to 50, or somebody said 45. Not okay. Well, anyway,
it just finishes.
It just
finishes, die, erode. They ain't there. They was there, and then they not there.
Eggs, just like milk.
JOG, can you confirm that a lot of women actually there's a peak where a lot of women mistakenly get pregnant during this period because of all this kind of 1 minute?
Because the cycle is 21 days a month, supposed to be on the same day, and it could come 15 days. Or it can come 10 days. Like I got clients in my house and they have 2 cycles a month and they're in there around about the 40s. So a lot of things. See, this is the benefit of having.
All right. I want to make it clear.
Benefit of having.
What you did somewhat prove is that during that stage, in between eggs and in between menopause, the female body is going through some drastic changes that could manifest in her changing. Sexually, from the sound of things, it sounds like she could change sexually for the better or sexually for the worse, or be neutral, but have all kind of other things going wild with her. Like those sounds like hormonal changes that could affect every aspect of her life.
No,
but I think it does seem like it does seem like they're going with one aspect of the change and highlighting that and selling an idea. That's what it sounds like. I'm sorry. We'll go what?
OG, the woman gets more. Is he still there?
I'm still here.
Yeah, the woman gets a higher libido as a result of this. It's almost like a last chance to procreate kind of boost your body.
Yeah, like a last call for alcohol boost like that.
Oh no, not People Bryce. Not People Bryce.
Exactly what it is.
All right.
I hope he come here to agree with me today.
All right.
I love you too, OG. I love you too.
If that's listen, I'm not going to fight against something if it's true. I mean, OG did lay some stuff out that I'll look up. I never really cared about that. It just came up, so we spitballed it.
Care with your lady, because once you get going, boy, you gonna be about left behind.
Nah, I doubt that. But anyway, all right, go ahead, Pablo.
And you go through changes too, Bernard. Don't forget, you go through changes too.
Go ahead, Pablo.
Still hit you.
Okay. No, I didn't come to disagree with OG. He good today. I do have issue with one of the ladies on the panel that convinced her gentleman friend to not use Viagra. Please. I'm speaking for the 50-plus-year-old brothers, OG excluded, because he can dunk a basketball and fly from the highest trees. He's a special case. But for most of us,
he know more about female hormones than females too. Just make sure you include that. All right, go ahead.
By the time I was 13 years old, I could have been a gynecologist with 11 sisters in the house. I can assure you that.
But for most of us brothers, that's half a century. Modern medicine is a miracle. Let me tell you. Use your Viagra, brother. It ain't hurt nobody.
Use it till you tap your liver.
No, sir. No.
And then you got nothing left. Because you're sitting there.
Absolutely
you might as well go ahead and
let me finish. Will you let me finish, sir?
Damn Viagra.
Pablo, let Pablo finish.
I'm sorry, Pablo. Go ahead.
You're doing a commercial for Viagra. We got to rock.
All of these scary, you're going to get this side effect and that side effect story. Well, yeah, for a small percentage of the population. For the rest of us, for the overwhelming majority of us, if you go to your doctor regularly and receive checkups and blood work and all the rest, you will be just fine. If you need to have sex and maintain your relationships and keep your self-esteem high, by all means, use your blue pill. I do, and I'm going to continue to, and I'm going to tear that ass up. Yes, I am.
Faking the phone. Faking the phone. Faking the phone. Let me tell you something, Bernard. Let me tell you something on that, Bernard. Let me tell you something that. I'm going to tell you something on that. You guys who are dealing with Pornhub, if you stay away from that, you won't have that goddamn problem. That's another one.
Hold on.
Yes.
That's one thing.
My bad.
All right? Because you
didn't know. Wait. Nobody
I don't have a problem.
Said they had that problem.
And I like
what? No. What I'm trying to say is, when these men get older, Bernard, they have experience. They have made everybody in the world pregnant, and he never touched them or smelled them or felt them. So that's number one. And then they get this fantasy in their head. They don't understand that the director is saying, cut, do it this way, cut, do it this way. So when you're looking at 20 and 30 minutes, it's not 20 and 30 minutes continuously. They got fluffers on the set and everything. So you are putting yourself in not even a reality of what love making is all about. And then again, Bernard.
You do know everybody. OG. You do know everybody on the panel grown, right?
Yes, sir.
We've had sex before.
Yes, sir.
You don't have to tell us
so what?
The parts about porn that are a little exaggerated.
No, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is,
I think most of us get that, OG.
If you wait, but not. If you did know that, then you would know that your expectation when you get in the damn room with your lady would be nothing like trying all that bullshit you trying to see on the film. And so again, if your thing is not getting hard, you need to get a different lady. And then if you
OG,
get blind like
OG,
you
I've
gonna
had
write
some
me.
Pornhub nights.
Where
I've had some
where
Minute Man
did you
nights.
get the
That's
hold
part of
on?
life.
Where OG, where did you get the notion that
Men
our
are capable of
expectation
separating
was too
fantasy from
high
reality.
in the bedroom? What is you talking about?
From
What did
game
you just
changer.
What you
Stephen
think?
Flo.
Oh, so you saying porno don't change the way we look at sex in the bedroom?
I think it do for some people, but for most people,
Wait a minute.
most
Okay.
people. Hold on, wait, time
No,
out, stop.
you
Hold
separate
on,
fantasy from reality.
Okay, now I gotta do this again. OG, most people are grown. I understand that I've seen some crazy stuff in porn. Some of it is replicatable, some of it not quite. But just the mere fact that I saw it does not change. Like I do. Like we're grown. Like everybody, every guy. I'll be 40 in a little bit. I'll be 40 in a couple months. Game Changer's over 40. Pablo's over 50. We've been there. We've done that. Like, who are you talking to? Like,
I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you all.
Like,
if you want to listen. Number one, why
no, but
you
but
think-
no,
what-
OG? That's a conversation that that I've had to have with my son. He's 19 now, so there was a time when I knew he discovered porn. I had to have a conversation with him about what actual sex is, so he won't think that he was supposed to be doing some crazy stuff. All right, so
Okay,
you don't have
so
to have this conversation with 40-year-old men who've
Hey,
been
Bernard,
there and done that.
Bernard,
We got like 25 years under our belt. Rod is
Bernard.
you over 40. We
Yeah.
all got like 20 to 25 years under our belt.
Bernard,
We can
why we
separate
still
fiction.
having discussions
We can
on
separate. We can separate fiction from reality just fine. You don't have to come up here.
I guess
and
you
do
ain't been
that.
listening to this black YouTube then.
Hey, Rod Pablo.
Shots
Rod
fired.
Pablo, shout out to the 40 with follicles crew.
So why we
that's
still
what's
talking
up.
about
Yeah.
alcohol? Why we still
Shout
talking
out
about
to you.
smoking? If people supposed to know all these answers to all this stuff, why are we still having these discussions? You know why? You know why, Bernard? People don't really want to talk about this because if you look at the way that us as people of color and black people are having sex now, we having a lot of goddamn prison sex. Where do you think that shit?
What the hell?
What's prison sex?
Prison sex,
Anal
OG?
sex. Anal sex. There's a bunch of
What the
prison
hell?
Oh, anal sex.
Okay.
OG
Sorry.
is off the
Oh,
rails.
you wanna
You're off
say.
the rails
What?
today.
No, I'm not off the rail. I'm
But
telling you the
OG,
truth.
Well, I've
Number
never had
one,
prison sex.
No,
let's
keep
look
it
at the
100.
biology.
It's
Let's look
true.
at the biology then. Let me get this in, Bernard. Let me land this cock rack for final one time, all right? Let me give you the ball. You got the digestive system and you got the reproduction system. And you should never mix the two. That's number one.
It's true.
I
You should
actually
never
agree
mix
with
the
you.
two. That's where all these strange ass diseases and all this other bullshit comes from.
Here's the thing, OG. I agree with you on that. And keep in mind, I've watched a lot an unethical amount of porn, and still do from time to time. But even though I know that happens in porn, that ain't something that I'm personally into.
Exactly.
So it's like so that's what I'm saying. People are grown and they could figure out what works for them. I saw that in porn. It wasn't my thing. I'm not putting my dick in the place where shit comes out. It's just, hey, if people want to do that, that's on them. That's just me.
They're
I'm
not just
doing
putting their dick there, Bernard. They're eating
exactly.
the groceries, brother.
Exactly.
Oh, God.
But there are things that I have seen that I was like, oh shit, what the hell? I didn't know I was into that. But there are some stuff that porn puts out there that could surprise you in a good way. But at the end of the day, people are grown, and through life experience, they're going to figure out what they want to do, what they like, what they don't like. It's only the young people I worry about who have no idea what it is. There's 15 years old, even younger, then stumbled across Pornhub and then saw all kind of crazy stuff and might think it's normal. Those are the people that I'm worried about. But you don't got to have this conversation with grown people.
But
They're
no,
dope, OG.
the way we going now, seem like the kids are a lot damn smarter than the grown people.
The Bible said that.
All right.
Bernard,
go
Jada
ahead.
had her finger up for a while.
Yeah.
All right, y'all can go ahead.
Say, can I? I think I agree with OG. I think when Pablo was saying that you should take the blue pill, correct me if I'm wrong, OG. what OG was trying to say is that you may not need to take the blue pill if you kind of slow down on porn, because actually when men watch porn, and this is again from the Gum Clinic, when men watch porn and they use hand stimulation, they get used to a completely different speed and traction more than what a woman can do.
That's very true.
Now they
Yes,
find
it is.
difficult.
I understand that. I understand that, but that wasn't what I was referring to. But I understand that.
So I think maybe that's why he was.
But what about women with their roses and all that? Stop putting it off on us. Like something I think Charles Merchant said in the chat.
Hold on, wait. Yes, hold on. Thank you, Rod. Hold on. Thank you, Rod.
That too.
Y'all got technology that can
Exactly.
5,000 miles per hour.
stuff that the human body
That's why
could never
Jada,
do.
I agree with Jada.
Well, that's not
Hey,
good either. That's not
Bernard,
good.
Yeah, actually,
Bernard,
you
I have
vibrate.
told, I has talked about that many a times on your channel. These women got these vibrators go 5,000 RPM. No man can go in there and max
Yeah,
that.
you reviewed
And they
that.
change the
got a
vibration.
damn,
They
they got a
change
damn
everything.
a lawnmower motor on a vibrator.
Exactly.
All they nerve
And that's why they're
endings.
complaining about the price of gas.
Electrodes.
All
So
y'all
that's what I'm
nerve
saying,
endings.
Bernard. I don't care for
They gotta
one
crank
side or
up
another.
their
I just
vibrator.
tell the truth.
Yeah.
I just
Complaining
tell
about
the
the price
damn
of
truth.
gas.
People don't like it. They don't like it on both sides. Yeah, you're right. Them damn vibrators. They got, and Bernard, and even if your woman don't have a vibrator in your house, guys, if she got an electric toothbrush, she might be using that when she's going to clean you up, go in the bathroom.
Oh shit.
So you didn't finish. I'm not talking about the toothbrush part. I'm just talking about the vibrator part. She turns it upside down. She ain't actually putting a damn toothbrush down there. She used the vibrator part.
And
Don't
women
get
watch
tricked,
a lot
guys.
of, and women watch,
And
and
if she
women
got
like,
if she got a cake
I
mixer
actually
and
don't
never
need
have
to buy a
and never
rabbit.
have
I
cake,
do have
you know what it's for.
A rabbit, yeah, it will change the whole frequency.
and women watch a lot of porn
Well, ain't
too.
no man got
I
no
think
balls,
women.
25 balls going around in circles in his penis.
I think Charles Merchant commented. You know, women watch a lot of porn too. I think there's a study out there that say they watch it, be watching that at work and all kind of stuff. So it's not all about men.
Yeah,
Well,
no, that is
Rod
true.
God,
Women watch
What up,
it
OG?
just as much. They
Rod of God.
use the two in tandem. They pull up the Pornhub. They crank up
Exactly.
crank up the vibe. They had a vibrator in one hand, the phone in the other hand.
Yes.
That's how they do cut the crap. They on the same stuff.
Hey, Bernard, I'm with you on that. And what I'm saying about women, when women have your ass in there working for 20 and 30 minutes, most of them who have artificial stimulation, they get off in 2 to 5 minutes. They have y'all ass working all night long. So what you got to understand about this,
Okay.
most of the women
because my hand hold on. But the flip side of that is because the hand motion of somebody, doing it themselves is faster than what the human body can do. Then
Yes.
just like if I gotta work extra 30 minutes harder because she didn't killed all her nerve endings with a vibrator.
No,
then
she doesn't.
Then she
Bernard.
gonna get beat out the frame harder because
Hey,
I
Bernard.
done got used to doing that. So
But
it's
Bernard,
gonna
that's
balance
funny.
out.
Bernard, that's funny, but it ain't quite true because she can get off 2 to 5 minutes with her own hands. So it has nothing to do with that vibration. The problem
only
is
one, goddammit.
when men have
He the
sex
only
with
one.
women,
Facts.
they're there to please themselves 90% of the time. So they think penetration is go just do it. 80% of the women on this planet
we
cannot
are
get an orgasm
grown.
from penetration.
That's
We're
true.
adults.
No, it's
we have
true.
found
Do you
we have found the clitoris. We know where it's at. You are not talking
I
to
still don't know how to
10-year-old boys.
satisfy it though.
Yes, we have.
Some men may not know how, and it ain't exactly that many resources out there for men to actually learn how to do it. You learn on the job, and if you're lazy, if you're not really trying to learn on the job, then you probably don't exactly know how to do it. But
There
yeah,
ain't resources because
we grown and we know where it's at. I mean, I ain't about to get into a reading list that somebody put out.
yeah,
for
because and
people,
every woman's
but
body is different.
boom.
That's actually
I've
individual.
learned that one thing that get one woman off to make her come, the other one
the other one be annoyed as fuck. Like, what you doing that? Yeah,
exactly.
If
Why
you
are
got
you
the right
licking?
skills, Bernard, you can rub a woman on her elbow and get it off. If you got the right pressure and the right skill, did it many a time.
Super Negro.
You can
yes,
do what?
right.
You can do
I
what?
said if you got the right skills, the right amount of pressure, and the right amount of whisper in her ear, you can make a woman climax rubbing her on the elbows. So,
well, yeah,
this is what I'm
ARC
talking
made
about.
a career on that.
Do
But
you
I'm
understand what I'm talking about? What I just said?
Yes, I
Usually,
understand. Yes, I
but no,
understand what
stop.
you
I
just
know you're
said.
gonna try to
Okay.
stop me. Usually,
Okay.
foreplay starts way before you go in the bedroom. And
Oh
that's
my
why
goodness.
y'all guys are
Okay.
having so much problems.
That's
When you
right,
go in the
Dad.
God,
bedroom,
Wait,
you're trying to
y'all
start
guys.
foreplay.
OG.
OG, yeah, man.
Thanks,
Okay, wait a
He's so
minute,
Dad.
wait a minute.
disrespectful.
OG.
He's so
OG.
disrespectful.
Only thing I'm trying to figure out is who said they were having a problem. Like you, it's almost like you just came up here to say that y'all don't know what y'all doing, but I do. But nobody like what. Like I understand exactly what you meant. How you can get a woman off just from talking to her in her ear with a certain vibration of your voice and rubbing on her. I mean, I know my woman's body. I know it's certain parts on her body that don't even seem like a sexual part of her body that I can rub her on the cheek. You know, like come on, like nigga, we grown. Like, why are
Hey,
you
you gonna
acting
rub?
like
You
we
wait a
don't
minute.
know
Have
this
you rubbed
stuff?
some knees and got a woman off? Hey, but nah,
Yeah,
we repeat the
literally.
things
Hold
all
on,
the
wait,
time.
OG, literally. I'm not even gonna go into details, but
Okay.
yes, that's the thing. Like my
Well,
yeah,
you
there's
crafty in the bedroom there. So what
yeah,
nah,
that,
what I'm trying to say is we repeated stuff all the time. I mean, since your station been up, how many times we don't repeat some of the same topic and we don't
no,
repeat it to
I
grown
don't
people?
know. I
So
don't
don't act like this is anything different.
No.
Why
Only
is this a
problem,
subject you don't want to talk about?
only thing I don't like because you always in your little way like to try to take a crap on the space, and what you're trying to do is say y'all don't know what y'all doing. That's why y'all got the critique or social commentary that I have about women, because y'all ain't doing it right in the bedroom. If y'all was doing that right, y'all wouldn't have no critique of women, and this space wouldn't exist. I know
That's
you.
the
I
way
know
you
your
take
game
it.
plan.
That's the way
I
you
know where
take
you're
it.
going.
You know, truth do hurt.
I know
Truth do
where
hurt.
you try to
I know
take this
truth do
stuff.
hurt on both sides, women and men. Truth
There
do
you
hurt.
go. There you
Truth
go.
do hurt
There
on
you
both
and
sides.
so
I'm not taking a crap
that's
on it,
why
but I'm
and
telling you,
that's
and when
and that
you
hold on, wait real quick. And that's why I cut you off when you tried to say that whole little thing, like y'all just don't know what y'all doing
I didn't
in
say
the
it for men, I
bedroom.
said it for
You're
men and women.
you're
But
talking to grown 40 and 50-year-old men like we 13-year-old boys trying to figure out where to put it. That I ain't letting you get that off, OG. I ain't letting you get that
and
off.
maybe you should. And maybe you should. You know why?
Maybe you
Because you
need
know
to
why?
find maybe you
Because
need to find an
if you
audience.
don't, Bow-legged Willie go come around the corner and show you how to do it.
Nigga, I'm old nigga Willie. What the hell you talking about? All right. All right. Okay.
I got you.
Right. Tell me
You gonna
somebody
say
about
who's
to
ears, and she gonna say Kool-Aid, and you know your damn name ain't Kool-Aid.
All right, OG man, you you like a net in the sense that you never let me down. You give me something. I got you never let me down. You come up here on some bull.
We're telling the truth.
Oh no, yeah, not.
He don't
All
want
right.
to hear it.
We doing final words. OG, you already had your final words. We
No,
don't
I
go
did,
Pablo.
man. You gotta get in there. I'm gonna get it like 2 words. That's it. I'm gonna get in 2 words.
You can't do nothing.
I'm getting 2 words. But no, I'm getting what? It was 6.
All right.
Okay. Okay. Look here, ladies and men. I don't cake for either side. I had to figure this shit out. I'm 62 years old. I had to figure this shit out, and I never stopped learning. See, that's the problem with us. We think we know everything, and we shut ourselves down. Any man or woman who don't want to learn, they're already dead. If they think they know everything.
Right on. Okay. Everybody think they know everything, but you one came up here like you knew everything. So you the person you talking about to think they know everything. But all right, go ahead, Pablo. You got last words, Pablo.
Yeah. Fine. Yeah. My ultimate thought process was, yes, if you're a 50-plus-year-old man and you don't have blockages and some of those other circulatory complications and you need a little help, Viagra works absolutely fine. The side effects for most people are minimal. And go on and enjoy yourself, man. Don't deprive yourself of pleasure because you're afraid. No, absolutely not.
Living
Hey,
corpse
Pablo.
game.
Pablo, you travel. Was that Viagra that I ate in the Dominican that they were selling on the street, or was it something else?
If you got it from a pharmacy in DR, it's real. If you got it off the street, it's questionable.
Hold on.
Yeah.
You took some street drugs from another country?
No.
Did the
Yeah, that's what
person
he was saying.
did he even speak English? Like
Yeah,
who
yeah, I did.
how?
Well, Viagra is over the counter in DR, but you have to go into a pharmacy and get it. If you walk into the pharmacy
Okay.
and ask for Viagra, they will give it to you, and it's the real thing. But if you buy it from somebody on the street, well, yeah, that's a crapshoot.
Okay.
Man,
So
you
yeah, it
gonna
was
you
fake.
gonna
Okay.
cause another damn pandemic outbreak in when the side effects of that stuff. You came back to the states and sneezed on somebody after whatever you had in your system and cause another damn. Okay, I ain't going to go. that
Nah,
wouldn't.
it probably was just a sugar pill. It wasn't much money, but yeah,
Placebo.
okay.
Yeah, it could have been a placebo. It could have caused the whole damn outbreak. But all right, Brenda, go ahead. Last word. Yeah, there you go. You get where I'm going, Omega Dress. 28 days later. Yeah, exactly where I was going.
Exactly.
Go ahead, Brenda.
I actually have to definitely agree with Pablo about men using Viagra if you need it. Yes, if your circulatory system is actually working well in conjunction with healthy lifestyle, diet, exercising, and making sure like that you're good. I understand you do it to satisfy, the other your significant other or for your own satisfaction, but do it in a safe manner. I mean, that's the whole reason why birth control was created. But we're humans; we take everything to extreme. So we just have to do it in a safer manner where like it's not detrimental to one's health. And whenever it comes to, I have to definitely agree also with OG, although he left, he knows exactly what he's talking about. He does have nice sister, but how I heard him say, what I was hearing from him is men take care of your own reproductive system so that you can be able to still get it up without having a pill. So in other words, you can still do it because if John Gray, he's Caucasian, but the men are from Mars, women are from Venus. Arthur, he said he was still getting it at having a great sex drive at his 70 years old. So that's something that is still attainable at that age. Like some people are still attaining a great sex drive without using necessarily either hormone replacement therapy, HRT, or Viagra or anything like that. So we can still do it, but we have to be a little bit smarter of how to actually be able to meet that as we're getting older. So longevity is actually what I'm advocating for, health. And so these conversations are great. Thank you. Thank you again for always inviting me. I always learn a lot. That's why now I have to keep a little notepad so that I can keep track of who's who and what they say, because it's all valuable. And so let's keep on valuing each other. That's all I can definitely say. So
All right, go ahead. You got it, Jada LaRue. First
Okay.
time on the reoccurring Friday show. welcome.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But go ahead. Last words.
Well, thank you for inviting me up. Shout out to everybody that's on the panel. Shout out to the people that are in the chat. Even though some of y'all didn't like my answers, feel free to make sure y'all still hit that like button, share if you care, subscribe to this channel if you have not already. I actually enjoyed talking to you guys today. Whether we agreed or disagreed didn't really matter too much to me because I know everyone has their preferences, everyone has their experiences. To Mr. Pablo, I am so happy that man was not listening to you back then, because had he continued to take them pills, I probably would have left him for that one if it had have came down to certain different things going on. I just believe that if you take better care of your body will do well by you. But I am going to also say again, because of everybody's experiences and their preferences, then you can take them at will. If that's what y'all want to do, then that is fine too. When it comes to women and their libido, I think that is a cap situation. I truly believe that if women did things differently, because I don't want to bring it back into a conversation, I know this last minute, but if women did certain things differently within their life, when they get 40 plus, they won't feel like there's this rush and this urge to get out there and have sex because of You know, no more kids, no more men feeling free to get out there and do what they want to do because they figure maybe they can't get pregnant or something. It's a lot of excuses that women are not being honest about when it comes to being over 40 as to the reason why they have a high sex drive all of a sudden. And it was another thing we talked about, but I forgot. It's been so long, but nonetheless, these have been great conversations. I think that both men and women can get something out of it, whether it was a good thing or a bad thing. So shout out to you, Bernard, for having these type of conversations. It's pretty good.
All right. And the one and only, the true star of the show, Annette, go ahead. Give your last words.
The troublemaker of the show. Well, don't listen to the last bit of what Jada LaRue said about women trying to make excuses. You
got smoke for Jada LaRue. I don't care. I don't know what's going on.
Beautiful. That last bit was total cap. Women do get a higher libido. Women, they do in their 40s. It may not happen to you. There's always an exception, but the general rule is that this is what actually happens. Now, having said that, also, I want to say, do what you can to please satisfy your woman. If you're in a monogamous relationship, do what you can, because don't believe the cap that Jada LaRue is saying that they're not going to cheat. Even if you don't satisfy them, they will. If you don't want your woman to cheat on you, make sure that you're meeting her needs. Make sure that you satisfy her in every way possible, and she won't be going anywhere. I love you, Jada LaRue.
I love you too, boo.
I know. Right. We're just having it. Yeah. But
go.
Can I go next, Bernard?
But I still love you.
Oh, you want to go next?
Okay. Yeah.
Go ahead, GC.
Oh my gosh.
Fellas, don't go for that crap. Do not go for that. Notice how everything the sisterhood say is to please me. Basically, please me better. Give me the good deed. Give me this. Give me that. And then you'll get this peak prime pussy in 40s and stuff like that. But you got to give me everything that I want up until then. Do not go for that. Shit. It is trickery. It is all cap. It is all everything. Do not go for it, fellas. That's just ridiculous. Don't do that. Don't buy street Viagra in a foreign country. I'm out.
True. That's true.
All right, Jackie Jack, go ahead.
All right, Bernard, you need a sponsorship with Blue Chew.
Oh my god!
After this episode, they need to sponsor you.
Who need the sponsorship? Me?
Blue Chew.
Bluetooth?
Blue Chew.
Why?
Blue Chew.
Oh, the blue pill. Oh yeah, the blue pill.
Yeah,
Blue pill. I'm sorry,
yeah,
I couldn't hear nothing. Yeah. No,
They need to sponsor you after this one. But I think from this episode, we answer the question throughout this episode that men have a lot of exceptions for women. Way more than women. We've seen how high maintenance women are. So we proved the question.
No, you didn't.
Really?
Thank you for
Yes, we
remembering.
did.
I was trying to remember. That's why I was like, it was so long ago that I done forgot what it was.
Yeah.
But that's what it was.
Yeah, she took it
Because
back.
clearly,
Yeah, just for the world, for us.
This whole conversation proved
That's
That's why they
us
exist.
right.
That's what men exist for women.
Yeah,
there it
it's true.
Oh,
There it is.
I told y'all, fellas. I told y'all.
without women, you'll kill yourselves. You start eating each other up. You need a.
It's true. Yo,
I gotta clip the part. I think it was last week when she had she was talking about purpose in life for a woman, and she defined it as everything. They had nothing to do with a man, her own desires and wants and needs and career aspirations and blah blah blah. Okay, what's a man's purpose? Oh, to protect and provide for that woman that has a life purpose that ain't got shit to do with it.
What happened to being the rib and being being the helpmate?
That's why most men protect their ribs.
No, you ain't the ribs.
When you go to war, you wear armor to protect your ribs.
And provide. Protect and provide for the rib. Okay, I get it.
Yeah, I know, but the rib in turn is also protecting organs while it's right there.
Right.
But you're saying the rib is supposed to be all off on this separate mission. Go ahead, Ryder.
Man can't survive without a rib.
Go ahead, Ryder God.
You'll have a great life.
Ryder God, you got it. We can take it to the word a little bit. Go ahead. Go ahead,
Yeah, because I don't want to get on the Bible topic. Lord, please, no.
We had enough.
Oh, Rod, I think Rod stepped out, or he must had to start working or something. So, all right, well, Game Changer, you got any final words? I mean, your final words was kind of responding to Annette, but you could take us home with final words.
Well, once again, Bernard, thanks for having me. It was a great show, and that was my final words. But to bring it full circle as far as the topic goes, men are much more compromising than we should be, and Black men are the most compromising of all men, and all males of every species that has ever existed ever.
That comment right there. Wow.
All right, look, everybody on the panel, thank you so much. Everybody in the chat, listen, this was a great one. This was a great one. I definitely had fun with these Friday shows. We might do this again on Wednesday because I love having LAR on, and that's when he got to open in his schedule. So I'll be looking out for an email. I might hit y'all up for a Wednesday panel. I know that some people's schedule may be different, so we'll see what we can put together. But everybody in the audience, man, shout out to y'all. Y'all real MVPs. Everybody came through, whether you hit the super chat, cash app, like, share, subscribe, did whatever. I appreciate all, even appreciate OG coming up with some truth and some foolishness. But shout out to OG, shout out to everybody, and we are out of here. Peace.
Bye.